are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. Messing shit up and trying to figure it out as we go.
Tomorrow we have OB.
Hey, it's a two-man show, man. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? So yeah. How was everybody's day? How was today? Is Wednesday, right?
Yes, it is Hump Day. We are
And
almost
Healing
there.
Wednesday.
Yes.
So we should have some good conversation. What do we have going on with the Healing Wednesday?
Oh, so today we will have Dr. Jans in the building. She will be joining us as a part of the conversation with Auntie V, everyone's favorite aunt. She'll be here talking about CBD and weight loss. That is a very, very popular and trending topic because everyone wants to know how they can be the best them. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have the two of them on the show at the 7:00 hour.
Word. Maybe I need to focus on it because I have a troll. Y'all see that weirdo from yesterday?
Oh, Candace is watching. Hey, Candace, how you doing, honey?
Ooh.
She's my coworker when I used to work at Wells Friendly Dental Group.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a troll, man. That was crazy. So I went and watched all the comments and went and looked at the comments to find out who this person is. And you never know who doesn't like you. You never know until they show up. But for some odd reason, you were watching our show.
Right.
And then things went left. A whole bunch of comments told me I look like DJ Khaled and what black woman would want to be with black man and you and all. So to find out, here's what we found out. This person who was trolling us yesterday, don't know him, but they have a specific problem with black men and said that black men are not fit to be leaders and etc. And here's what I find weird. This person is a strong advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. So being in this community of people who fight for their rights on a consistent basis and don't want to be criticized, right? He is an advocate, and the whole stuff that he put up, or I don't know how he wants to be identified.
Just say they. It might just be easier just to say
okay,
that.
I don't know how they want to be identified, but you would think that with all this haste that you receive, because that's what you're fighting against, why would you go criticizing black men? What is your specific problem with black men? And it was wild to dive into this person's their page, and I'm thinking, like, at the end of the day, what is your issue with black men? I have no idea.
Well, I mean, we talked about it a little on the car because you guys know that we have a 30-minute plus drive here and back.
Nah, he ain't black. He was what is it called?
Eritrean,
Middle Eastern. Because that's what he got mad about when I was talking about Middle Eastern people, but he didn't understand what I was saying. I was actually giving him credit when I said the Middle Eastern students that I encounter never get in trouble. They are never in trouble and they're never in my classroom. So I guess at some point in time, now I'm going to be sassy.
Shut up. Well, that's what I think it is. It's one of those things where maybe in his in his culture or where he's from, it's not accepted to be in the same sex, community, the LGBTQ plus, or possibly be trans.
He's something.
It could possibly be a few things, and that might be his resentment towards Black men.
Well,
However, not only was that one of the things that bothered me, but it was the fact that he thought it was necessary to comment on Sonia Massey's killer and say that he found him attractive. That is where I also drew the line.
Was that in there?
Yes. Like, how sick are you to sit here and not even acknowledge or mourn the death of a Black woman who did absolutely nothing, but you immediately go to, oh, well, they're kind of sexy. No, you have problems and you need to go and get your life in order, baby. And instead of being on YouTube, making kissy faces and carrying on, probably time that you go to therapy and learn to love you. Mm-hmm.
I only called off the dogs because of Kim, because Lord knows it would have been a whole session. We would have ran this all the way up until it was time for on TV to come on, because Lord knows as soon as we were done, I was in it. Like, found them.
Not even worth it. But shout out to Fam, because she was on it.
Yeah. Switched her whole platform, went from Facebook to YouTube to go grab them. I appreciate that. That's what's up.
And then shout out to Michael. He's watching as well. One Half of Innocence. They're actually a really, really dope group here in the Raleigh-Durham area. If you guys have not listened to their music, we actually play their song "Hey Hey Hey" on our station. So check them out on Spotify, Tidal, or whatever streaming platform you may have. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody who's tuning in from all the platforms, from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, we appreciate you all. And even old buddy from yesterday, my boy.
Oh, no, I banned him.
You banned him?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I needed him to come back. You banned him for real?
Yeah, I banned him. You might be able to unban them, but I banned him.
I wanted him to come back so that he could get mad. Nope. You don't have the right to talk shit on me and then expect me to respect what you want to be called. So, dude, because that's what you are, old buddy, little boy, little confused, cuz.
All right, that's enough.
Oh, because I was gonna light into his little
enough.
Twinkie ass.
That's enough.
Because that's what I'm saying. So then that is where, like, the people who get upset about Dave Chappelle's comedy, that's exactly what he's talking about. So you can't get mad because you spew hate. Then when somebody starts to point that finger back at you, now all of a sudden you want to play victim. You can't do that. And then especially coming on my platform, now I can see if somebody studied me and said, nah, he does have a problem with the community and he is an issue. Anybody that knows me, matter of fact, if he would have come on earlier and listened to what we were talking about, TDS is an advocate of love who you love. It ain't our business.
And ain't.
Do what you do. It's not our business.
And
this is a judgment-free zone when it comes down to that. But my boy, old buddy, if you ever come across these videos again, just know this Black woman who you didn't have respect for, like, the Black women you didn't have respect for, she saved you, because I was going to blast your ass. Woo! Because I'm not the one. When I tell you my petty level stays at 100.
It's not worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, it stays
like
at 100.
Jay said, you gave us views. We appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure we'll be a topic of conversation. Yeah, at some point, while you're being angry. So we thank you for the views. We thank you for watching, and keep it moving, because what you said yesterday has everything to do about you and nothing about us.
And it wasn't funny. If you're going to talk shit on me, make it funny. Like, make it funny. And
like the potato?
Like the potato. My cousin is a heckler every time she signs on. Anything can be said. And I don't get mad at her. I don't get mad at her at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But when it's trying to be hurtful, as if, and I love, here's what I love before we get into birthdays. Here's what I love. I love when people see me and assume that, oh, this person wouldn't want you or that person wouldn't want you. I love when people assume that. You know why? Because if you just happen to scroll on my social media and see the lady who I am with, That's why I just sit back and shut up. Like that, your assumptions are wrong because
Somebody loves you.
man, I put my like I tell anybody I put my lady up against some of the baddest. Like I promise you that. When she put her little thing, I had a joke with her because she had worn something to church and her little shoulders was out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Giving shoulders. And anybody who has seen her knows she has very broad shoulders. Like, what? What? Is that wrong to say? Why is that wrong to say? I don't know what else.
Continue.
She has dominant shoulders. Is that better to say? I don't know. Her shoulders are, shoulders. So,
Hey, cousin, it's Sylvia. How you doing?
I told her, you put your shoulders away. Don't be going to church with your shoulders out.
Put your shoulders
Yeah.
in the Lord's house.
Yeah, get a jacket and put your shoulders away. Jesus don't want your shoulders out.
Y'all here acting brand new.
Yeah, y'all here showing off in the Lord's house. Put your damn shoulders away. And so the reason, I guess, the funny part is because we're going to church, but when we stepped into the grocery store, I told her, "Do I have to start looking at it?
No.
Did you miss something?"
No.
Because it's funny because I have a tendency, and I even do it with you.
You do.
When I'm walking with women, I walk probably about 2 steps behind them on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So that if anything was to harm or come in harm's way, you would have to go through me to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like side by side, you can attack the woman, and then now I'm late on being able to assist.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm there, then you got to come through me to get it. So I always am about a step or 2 behind, slightly off to the side, so I can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you're walking like that, it doesn't necessarily look like you're walking with the person.
Right.
So then, you got, and then when you see it, then all of a sudden, then the brothers look up and you to be like,
yeah, because you mess up my game a lot.
I mean, do I though? Because clearly nobody wants potato head in this bucket of parts.
Not bad. That
It's a
was
good one.
funny.
It's a good one.
Good job.
It's a good one.
Good job.
Nobody wants potato head in this bucket of parts.
Now, see, that's what you got to do, because then we can't be mad at you. Because
Yeah.
it was like that. Was
That was funny.
That was a good
that was
one.
a good one. Like I said, I had seen something where the Wayans were talking about how, like, when they go to comedy shows and people get upset because they're not laughing, but they're laughing internally, saying like, "That's it. That's
Mhm.
a good joke." Like when it don't, like, for people who enjoy comedy, you might not get the but that's a good joke. Like every time Jay stings me, I'm like,
was a good
that's a good one. Everybody else is laughing, and I'm not upset because I'm not laughing. It's just respect. Like, I see you, cuz.
But you'll even say that. You'll be like, that was funny, and I can't laugh the way that
Yeah,
I want
I can't
to
laugh
right
the way
now.
I want to. Because you said something yesterday that I said, remember that, because that's a good one.
Because we were talking about Jodeci. And
Oh,
how-
yeah.
And how they, they literally were writing love letters to women when they were heartbroken. I said, niggas don't get hurt anymore. They just start podcasts and yell at people. Like niggas.
That's a good one. Because they do. Because they do.
Niggas don't, they don't sing anymore. It's been an hour since you've been gone.
That when they said it was only an hour and they went to the desert crying, I
And
said,
leather.
that's a good one because it was only an hour. And then talking about you come back home, it was an hour.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, she might have just went to the store. You out there, you're everything I need.
But that
Ooh, yeah.
Uh,
Over an hour. Jesus.
all right.
So yeah, so we
Perfect.
acknowledged our troll, but that's not. I'm not the person to troll because I'm petty and I will come back at you. And then 2, I have a great sense of humor. So the thing about it is, if you throw it, you better be able to catch it. Because if you throw one, I'm gonna come back at you.
Yes.
And so, because I can take it, because some things are just, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, you look like DJ Khaled. That's your opinion. I don't think I look like DJ Khaled, but if you think I look like DJ Khaled, ha.
Like when you said, I'm not The Rock, The Boulder.
Yeah, I'm not The Rock. I hate when people say that. You know who you look like? I'm using that voice because then that can help you say who usually says it. You know who you look like? Oh my God, you should do your eyebrow like he does. Like who? The Rock. Oh my goodness, you kind of look like him. And so my running joke is, well, no, I'm not The Rock because I'm not built like him. I'm the Boulder.
Oh, I think Chantel's watching it. Hey, Chantel, how you
Ting.
doing?
So the
girl?
Boulder. Ha 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 ha. That's just what I mean, you know, because if you take social media personally, you're gonna have a long haul. Because
You know, that's one thing that I am learning about your friend Tuck. He takes things in stride because they are relentless when it comes
man,
to
they
that.
call him a leprechaun, a buff midget. I said, whoa.
And he's such a sweetheart. He's such a sweetheart.
They be on him because he be wearing them turbans. Oh,
talk about his beard.
they talk about his beard on a regular basis.
Don't
like
do my
Tuck
friend like that.
gets
y'all.
done in. He just be laughing. They called him what did they call him? A buff fake Jeezy or something like that. Like they go on my guy,
Don't do my
and
friend
he
like that,
fuels
y'all.
off of it. So he'll go and do something even more outlandish just so y'all can keep watching.
Yeah.
And I am not necessarily like that because he just rubs it out. I'm going to say it, and then we just going to be petty for a minute because that's why I got a platform, to be petty and to use it as therapy. So when you are a part of the community and you put on there that you are a lady boy, literally, you are a lady boy. Oh.
All right.
Did you open up the doors for me? Because
All right.
what is that about?
Now let's go ahead and
But then usually stuff like that happens because they actually do find you attractive. Because
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the other part. Because people don't know. I have been approached by gay men so much in my life, and it is wild. And I'm not saying it's wild because, you know, like gay men are approaching. It's wild because it's like, I always be like, did I do something for that?
like, have you seen the guy Big Sexy?
Nah.
He's hilarious, but he's the one that hypes up, you know, black women and, you know, tells people about these down low guys. But if he did not open his mouth, but he's a big guy, bald head, you know.
So what? I couldn't even get it out fast enough. You see my face, like, so what are you? What? What are you trying to say?
Sometimes you don't know. Like you have no idea. Like there was a guy that I thought was attractive. Come to find out, he was gay. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
What does that have to do? You're only proving their point more.
Sometimes you don't know, so they're going to take their shot because you never know. Like you might be on this team.
I don't mind you playing for your team, and I might even cheer for your team, but I ain't playing on your team. That's
I'm just
not
saying.
it. That's not it. Whoa.
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Because it always happens at wild times, and then people be like, you ain't know he was hitting on you? I just thought he was being nice. Nah, that ain't. Oh, well, because I don't look for advancement from men, so I don't know. And because I communicate with everybody, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I think he's gay. I'm not talking to him. Like, I communicate with anybody, so I can't tell because to me, it's like, what's up, bruh? Dap up, and then go it. And, you know, it'll always be somebody like, he was hitting on you. And it's always a woman because most men don't understand. It's like, oh, I didn't know. It's a line of questioning. You be like, just thought the brother was trying to get to know another brother. Like, you find it out. You're like, what? Did I give something off?
No,
that is the most terrible heterosexual mindset to have. And for those who may get offended, excuse men who, you know, may get like that because we don't know. Because then you'd be like, did I wear something? Is it my cologne? What is it?
People just take their shots because you never know. With the way the world is right now, you don't know who's
You see
interested
how
in
I'm
what.
scratching my head. Like, I get it because I understand it. Because why would you not? Because you don't know what a person is. So that's why I'd be like, all right, well.
Because I guarantee you there's some out here that are more with it than others.
Crazy work.
Yep.
You know why it's crazy work? And I don't understand it. And I don't want to understand it. But to me, it is crazy work because, like, if we can be like people talking about things, for me, I don't like masculine hands. Even on a woman, if you got masculine hand, if I look down and them paws been pawing, it look like you've been chopping trees.
All right, we need to move
If
on.
you look like if your hand looks like the bear that attacked Leonardo DiCaprio in that one movie, what was the movie where he was outside in
It
the?
begins with an R, the Revenant.
Yeah, if you see him too, and you be like,
We need to move on.
I had a supervisor. Tuck-
It is 6:30.
Tuck-
We got stuff to do.
I had a supervisor. I looked down at the supervisor. I said, "Oh my God, like your hands. I don't like that. Hands got to be right. Like you, hands are a big thing for me. So I could not do that. It would,
That's how I feel about facial hair and teeth.
yeah, all that. Like, well, see that what." Women with facial hair is hilarious to me. I don't know why, especially when they don't cut it. It's funny to me.
Oh, you mean like when a woman actually has facial hair?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Like it is hilarious. Like when they have the mustachio, you be like,
Having friends who are victim to things like PCOS, where you know
what's that?
it's like polycystic.
Oh,
yeah,
when you grow hair and all
yeah.
that. Yeah,
I am way more sympathetic because sometimes you just like, fuck it. Okay. I'm tired of shaving. Y'all gonna get this mustache and this beard today. But yeah, for ones who don't suffer and you're just being lazy.
It's wild work. Like, and I don't. Once again, everybody do what you do. Somebody love it.
Here. It's 6:30.
I don't know how we got here. Oh, because the troll talking crazy, and then went on the page, and then you are not a boy, but you talking about men.
Birthdays, focus. Okay.
Call yourself Cynthia G. What?
No, Cynthia G is an actual person.
Oh,
It's a black woman. I guess she has this vendetta against black men. I didn't go
see. So
that deep into it.
Was she watching? I hope so, because he said Cynthia G. You're right. Like, unless he was referencing her.
I think he was just referencing her.
Anybody who has a problem with black men, please, pretty please come on to TDS Radio and let's talk about it. I promise you. And then the day that you do it, let's talk about it. You taking my pen?
Let me see it.
Let you the TDS Radio. What am I supposed to do? And then the day you do it, let me know so I can also make sure that this is a man day and I have Tuck with me. And let's talk. I want to hear it. I swear I do. Like, I want a day where go ahead and sound off. Let's talk about it.
Can we save that for a day where we don't have a loaded
okay.
show?
Every day is a perfect day to talk about why people hate black men.
We can talk about
especially
that
when
tomorrow
people
because we
be
don't
like,
have anyone but us.
the most unprotected group is black women. No. That argument is one that we share, but we got to agree to disagree, because I'm trying to tell you, black men, don't get me started. So happy birthday
Yes.
to Maya Collins. Maya Collins is a dear friend of mine. Like, when I tell you we go back to fifth grade, Holy Rosary. Remember Maya? And you didn't say what birthday you're celebrating, but you got to be around my age. So I won't put your age out there because you might not want the age to be said.
What the hell is going on out there?
And then Luke Calloway, my homie Luke Cali, he's celebrating his 48th. Craig Cryos, you're celebrating your 42nd. Lou, how many dang accounts do you got, man? Lou Hova, that's you again. And then Lou Cali, that's you again. So, and then Cali the Don.
Yes. What?
How many times have you been blocked? Because that's the only reason why you got to get these.
Or was he like me? He said something and then Facebook took your shit, so you had to start all over.
So you had to start over, right?
Mhm.
So it's one of those. But whatever it is, Maya, Lou, Craig, happy birthday.
And more credit.
Happy birthday, y'all. And here we go.
Y'all ready? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from the Sibs.
What?
The mouse wasn't working, so you gotta use this. That's what it is. 2-person show. Why isn't the mouse working?
What?
Now the mouse works. How do you sit the mouse down and then it works? I didn't even press anything. So we got entertainment news with SoFab Kim. Just bear with us. We the best music.
You think people are really gonna watch this?
And
Give me the goddamn mouth.
fabulous foolishness with SoFab Kim. I didn't even have headphones on. What am I doing?
I don't know.
All right.
All right. For starters, everyone's favorite uncle decided to have a chit chat with everyone's favorite cousin, Keke Palmer. I'm talking about no other than Tyler the Perry. Tyler Perry heard what you guys had to say about his film and, the fact that he doesn't hire writers and directors and producers. And he had something to say to all of you. Now, there are levels to it. And it is a pretty lengthy response, but I think it's worth hearing it in its entirety. So let's go ahead and take a look.
What? No. You got to drown all of that out, because if you let somebody talk you out of a place that God has put you in, you are going to find yourself in hell. I know for a fact that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because for everyone who is a critic, I have thousands of used to be emails from people saying, this changed my life. Oh my God, you know me. Oh my God, you saw me. How did you know this about my life, my family? So that's what is important. We're talking a large portion of my fans who are disenfranchised, who cannot get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend. So you've got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up looking at everything. And then you got people like where I come from and me who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers and were caregivers for white kids and were maids and housekeepers and all of these beauticians. That don't discount these people and say that their story don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that bullshit.
Yes, and that is what we come up against. It's like you said, the respectability politics that we're always pushing up against.
All right, so I guess he told us.
That was the craziest work I've ever heard.
He fucking told us. Tyler just cussed everyone out who said that they did not like this movie.
Let me go. Ask the question. Thoughts?
Tag you in.
Tag me in. Thoughts? Oh, yes. So I told y'all Negroes before that he even said it out of his mouth that to like a Tyler Perry movie, there has to be some form of trauma that attaches you to the movie. It's the only way you like it. Then I literally said, I think it was last week, I said, the moment you get therapy, you won't like Tyler Perry no more. That literally came out my mouth. The moment you like therapy, you won't like Tyler Perry anymore. So what he called y'all who like Tyler Perry is disenfranchised mental patients, because y'all can't go to therapy.
Right.
Did you hear it? It came out of his mouth. I don't care how anybody tries to say that ain't what he meant. See, there's this word called exegete. Exegete is when you're reading the Bible, you're not supposed to add any words to it. You're supposed to exegete the words out of it, extract the words out of it that are specific. I told y'all I'm smart.
Come on.
It's just when I want, I put on an act so that y'all can laugh at me. But really, I'd be like, I ain't that stupid. Dorito. So exegete is when you extract specifically what is there. Don't add anything to what he said.
Nope.
Take it for what he said. And Keke, like a goober. This is why when y'all be like, You're so hard on people. You have a right on your platform to be like, hold on now.
Right.
You just called a whole group of people disenfranchised, bro. That like your movie. You just told us the formula. Just what I said. You attract to women with trauma. My movies, my stuff is for people who can't go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, you highfalutin people that can go to therapy. Well, I guess I'm highfalutin.
I guess I am too.
Because I go to therapy.
And because I don't like your film. And I think, like you said, I do agree 100%. That's where Kiki should have stepped in and said, now, wait a minute.
Hold on, bro.
Now, hold on. So because I can't afford to go to therapy, number one, I'm disenfranchised. And then because I do go to therapy, then I'm highbrow, I'm bourgeois, I'm all these things. It's insulting because I'm choosing to take care of myself and not want to sit here and watch, trauma after trauma after trauma on your film.
Man. And he even called out professions. This is how much he thinks about who he's advertising to. What beauticians got to do? How specific are we going to go? Yeah, because the beautician, now wait a day. If I was a beautician, I'm disenfranchised and I'm just fucking up because I'm a beautician. And she said, yes.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't have nails. I can't do. Yes. Once again, that's why I said one day we're going to sit down and have a conversation about how situations like this are fueled, because if a man sat there and agreed with him, then that yes for you is because you have trauma and you need to go to therapy. Kiki, if you sat there and agreed with that only because he's Tyler Perry, then you, ma'am, are a terrible interviewer and they should take your platform, because you should have indulged more into that conversation to clarify it for him. Because sometimes people get mad in their feelings, as he did, because he was moved, because he doesn't want to admit that he's in the community. So
and because his film got a 0.
And because his film got a 0, you know what I'm saying? So he don't want to admit these things to us. So then now you get on there and rant. And then when people get mad and rant and don't think clearly, then you say things like disenfranchised people.
But
enjoy my movie.
That's what you meant. You were talking from exactly how, like you said, from how you target.
That's
people.
how you target.
That's what you meant. So if you were angry, this is, like you said, this is the formula. This is what you said I'm going to do because I know my audience, and we've said on the show multiple times, Tyler Perry knows his audience. He knows who likes his movies, and that's who he continues to speak to. But to insult people who are choosing not to like it, or if they're even offering a level of criticism, because it's like, we want to see better and we want to see more from you, because that's just one small community of Black people. Now you're cussing at us, talking about, oh, that's bullshit. You're bourgeois. You're this, that, and the third. Because I want to see better. He called me
highfalutin because I go to therapy. So he's depending on y'all not going to therapy, because the moment you go to therapy and get a hint and touch of clarity, you're going to be like, this is bullshit. I don't want to attach myself to that anymore. Wow. Majority of the people who attach themselves, I've seen it on social media, the majority of the people who attach themselves to this last movie is because they shared a trauma bond. He knows what he's doing. And I'm not saying, once again, I'm not saying that every now and again, all right, you might have to put that type of movie out, because that's how you know your audience to get paid. But he also told you what he thinks about that audience. You are disenfranchised people who can't afford therapy. Wow. Stephen A. Wow.
And he said what he said, but I also understand what he meant in a way. But it's still bad.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. Tyler Perry is just as bad as when we were talking about how hip hop movies and all that stuff. Tyler Perry is just as bad as that. You exploit Black culture. You're no different than how Kendrick Lamar talks about Drake. You exploit Black culture so that you can get paid, because your words just told us that I could care less about it because I know y'all got problems and this is what I'm gonna feed you. It's no different than a quote unquote gangster rapper. I'm going to feed you what it is that you see, and so you can relate to it. No different than when we were talking about Glorilla and all them. This is what this entertainment business does. The thing that I am begging and pleading for is balance. So somebody has to give us quality content and TV to watch that is different than the Tyler Perry movies. It'll slowly phase Tyler Perry's movies out or force him to do something different. But if he can consistently give you garbage and then say, oh, it attaches to my crowd, and then another woman says, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I need that. Yes. And attaches themselves to the bull when you know Kiki, that movie, or maybe you want to get in on it.
Well, remember, Kiki is a victim of domestic abuse. Her baby's father abused her, physically abused her.
What's going on?
So just
Like-
saying, so that's probably why she didn't see any fault in what it is that he's doing, because he is telling a story
So she
that
didn't
so many
go,
people I did with.
She didn't go to therapy either. Because I'm telling you, the moment you go to therapy, you're not going to want to attach yourself to those things that trigger in your mind.
Those types of stories, absolutely.
Those stories trigger you. You don't want to. Who wants to sit there and watch that? That's why I don't watch hood project movies.
And
We lived in the hood in the projects, and nothing was fun about that shit every day to be like, we got to figure this out. How we gonna make it and sell drugs to do it
and not even just Black
and
stories.
kill black people
It's a plethora of things of whatever your trauma is. Like,
and
for
then
instance,
go to jail.
I don't watch stories about cancer because that's triggering. Because I don't want to relive that time over and 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 over again. At some point, it's just like, God, that's enough.
That's how
That's
I feel about
enough.
hood movies. I promise you, because we lived it. And when you have the balance, well, here's the balance again, right? So we lived it, but we also had the side when we lived in the suburbs, and that was the thing. So then now you got balance, right? So then I know, I don't want to keep reliving this. This is gross. Nothing about this is, why do we keep talking about, now we got to think about how we gonna get this nigga and be angry. What? Why are we not evolving from this? And it has a lane, right? But we need balance. So then now, what is the balance between Tyler Perry's trauma and 50 Cent giving you nothing but the same thing over and over and over again in just different chapters of it? Where is that in between? And there isn't one. And that's what's missing. It's two extremes.
And if you notice, if people are paying attention to Black stories, notice how they cancel a lot of our stuff.
They cancel the stuff that you're like, oh, you guys can think? Oh, you guys like sci-fi? Nah.
And especially if it doesn't have a diverse cast, 9 times out of 10, it will get, canceled.
If you like Tyler Perry, and then we're going to move on. Tyler told you himself that you are disenfranchised and you relate because of your trauma, because you can't afford to go to therapy. And if you do go to therapy, you highfalutin. And I'll be highfalutin. And don't give me that trash of he hires and he has so many people around him and hires Black people, blah, blah, blah.
He did say he's starting to work and create a writer's room, and he's training directors and things like that. So that's what he said.
If you feel that way about Tyler, then you should feel the same way about whoever distributes illegal narcotics in your neighborhood, because it's the same thing. One is damaging your body, the other one is damaging your mind. Same stuff, same crack. He's just selling you trauma crack. That's it. And you like, yes.
And you
Click,
know
click,
who
click,
else
click.
that they give a hard time to? Lena Waithe. She's the one that had Queen and Slim. She has The Shy. She I think was an EP on the show 20s. And I can't remember the other films. She's done a lot, but they dragged that poor woman through the mud. Oh, she was also on the Project Them, And they just gave her so much flack because it was like, oh my gosh, you just keep doing this. They were saying that she was obsessed with trauma porn. That's what they called it. But it's like, you were so quick to condemn her, but we don't have that same energy for Tyler in these same stories, just because they end up with, well, if you go to God, you'll be all right.
Different comment, different day. Because once we go down that lane of inserting God, and he only got famous because you played a cross-dressing woman with big breasts, and then ended every movie with praying in Jesus. So you also exploited Christianity and what goes on inside Christianity, because Medea is nothing but a character, and that is upsetting. And I love his stories. I know. Because you refused to go to therapy. There was a time when I refused to go to therapy. And guess what? That stuff was cool. When I go to therapy, I'm like, I don't think we should be doing this and staying stuck in this place. You a hater. Yo, you can afford therapy. I got insurance. So I'm going to use it. I don't know. Is it okay?
And then why? I think that's what the biggest problem I had with him, for him judging people who are choosing to go to therapy because they want to be better, instead of saying there's nothing wrong with enjoying my content and going to therapy. Like, that would have been a opportune moment to tell your community.
You can't enjoy his content if you go to therapy.
That's terrible to tell people that. Like, oh, I'm a bad person, or I'm, sedity, or I'm bougie, or whatever, because I choose to go to therapy because I want to be better mentally, because I'm tired of dealing with depression and anxiety and, all and lack of self-worth. Like, Tyler, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing to say.
It is. Speaking of terrible things to say, Monique.
Oh.
let's talk about her.
So Monique and Lee Daniels, of course, have decided to put their issues in the past, because she was very, very vocal.
Notice Tyler's not there.
No, he's not. She was very vocal about the simple fact of her treatment from Lee Daniels and Oprah and Tyler. Now, Lee and Monique have since, they've mended those bridges, and Monique is actually in one of his upcoming films, Deliverance, that's scheduled to come out August 12th. And they sat down at dinner, and Lee actually said this at dinner here on our first press day for the Deliverance. It got me reflecting on the 25 years of friendship I've had with the actor Monique. Like any real friendship, it's one that stood the test of times, and boy, have our times been tested. So, things are better. Things are better.
Tag me in. Go. So then y'all was wrong. So now she just chipped away at the holy trinity of Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah. She wasn't wrong, because guess what you did not do? You didn't sue her for defamation of character, right? So everybody who's sitting there talking about she angry, this ain't the way to go about it. Here's the problem that we have as Afro-American people. We choose sides before we understand all the information. So then now we don't have all the information. Monique is trying to tell you, and you just an angry, black, bitter, big B. That's what you is.
A lot of B's.
Oh, angry, black, bitter B. That's what people are calling her. Mm-hmm. As she's you need to let this go. Oh, you need to do this. Then Taraji cries, oh my goodness, Taraji. And she says the same exact thing that Taraji has been saying. We ain't been getting paid. And there's these gatekeepers holding these gates from people getting paid and people getting these opportunities. And some of these people look like Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry. I know you didn't talk about Lee Daniels like that. Is you crazy? And then now, and then your man better not say nothing, because why he always got to do the talking and you ain't talking. And then DL Hewley, you know what? You just a miserable son of a, only to be sitting at the table with Auntie Mo over dinner. And he talking about, oh, Lord, our times have been tested. Our friendship has been tested. Once again, a member of this community, right, of people who want to be treated fairly and should be, but yet and still holding on to a grudge that lasted, like he said, quite some time. And still won't bring Tyler Perry, who also looked a little sassy, to the table to say we need to stop this
Mhm.
against another sister. When she played his apology on film, everybody ignored that because he apologized to Tyler Perry, apologized on the phone. And when she played it, she just need to get over this. No, she doesn't, because her money and her opportunities and all that stuff have been blocked by y'all. So until you guys co-sign the fact that what you said was wrong, it's not going to open the door for other people to work with her. So now, sisters, where's her yes? Clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety, clickety, clack. Because her biggest critic was other Black women. Ain't that a bitch? She's fighting so that people can get paid what they're supposed to pay, opportunity that they're supposed to get. She's fighting the injustice of seeing white comedians get paid more than her, and she has a larger resume, and we are the ones to attack her first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that was a whole as Black people, because a lot of the comments were both genders.
Well, you know, we are, as men, first thing, Black bitch need to shut up. Why she always talking?
It didn't go that deep.
It do go that deep. It does. We quick to throw out Black B. What the hell? But then we're not gonna sit down and say, now hold up.
There may be some
Hold
validity
up.
to this.
She's not letting this go. And then when we seen Taraji, it's like, oh, wait a minute. And at that point in time, that's when people should have started to ease up. Like, well, wait a minute. I don't care what Cat Williams says. I don't care what Kevin Hart says, because I feel like Kevin Hart is a plant. And I don't care what what's the other comedian that got something to say about her? Oh, D.L. Hewley. D.L. Hewley's mad because she called out what happened with his daughter, which was true. And he was upset because it got aired out, which she apologized and said, maybe I shouldn't have said it. But then she doesn't get that grace. But we supposed to look at Lee Daniels now as he's holding her hand like, this is good. This is good. We're healing. We supposed to look at Tyler Perry after that little funky ass interview and say, now I understand you. These people are showing exactly what has been said about them to be true. And we will ignore it, not hold them accountable, and keep it going, rather than make sure that the people coming behind Monique and people coming behind and all have a better way.
Yeah, because I'm going back to our good sis Kiki. I can't let you live that down, because I would love to expand on that conversation, because that to me was crazy. I can't let you get away with that, Tyler. I need more of an explanation.
If y'all could feel the warmth in my stomach right now, because I'm so tired. Because now these are the people that have to go to the polls and make a decision about another Black woman. We can't even look at Monique and be like, you know what, she was right. So what we got with Kamala? We're gonna have a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And I see it and I'm like, I don't want my social media to be about this woman.
Well, it's too late.
But me defending her.
Oh, okay.
Because we have to, just like we should have defended Monique, just like we should defend Taraji. Like, when people are voicing these things, they are literally putting their career on the line. And to do that, something has to be up. It may not be 100% true, because as we know, there is 1, 2, and then the truth. But there's some validity to what has been said, because he's the one that's saying, oh, Lord knows we've been tested. If I was Monique, I wouldn't even have took the damn picture. Let's just do the business.
Yeah, let's just do business.
Don't stall me out with the bullshit.
Yeah, putting me in the film is enough, but to take a picture and do a photo op.
Hold my hand. Jesus did it. I'm so tired of y'all.
What was that?
Jesus did it, y'all. We've been tested. I'm saying it like that for a reason, because we know Lee Daniels.
All right, that's enough. Okay. All right.
In the name of Jesus.
All right. We are approaching the 7:00 hour.
Because you know who else Lee Daniels had a problem with? Dame Dash. Dame Dash had to roll on him about his money, but he tried to talk bad about Dame Dash, and Dame Dash said, all I did was give you money for your film. and you gonna treat me like that and then try to ghost me? Dame Dash rolled on him on the show, on a what was it, award show. Went straight to him, like, yo, you know what you did. And he was like, this isn't the time. This isn't the time, Dame.
All right.
Dame said, I don't give a damn when the time is. You better have my money.
All right.
And guess what? He got that money. Because it all comes down to the money. Tyler needs that money. That Rotten Tomatoes at a 0, that next film better be something. Because now.
And that's what I'm saying. Just real quick, because like I said,
Yeah.
7:00 hour. Why not try having just a genuine love story? Why not try sci-fi? Why not try psychological thriller? Why not try these things and test them without it rooted and written in trauma and a black man being the villain here, and then the black woman being beat out of her damn mind? Like, just try it, Tyler. Why
Because,
not?
okay, and then we're gonna get out of here. That's not how I made my money. Do you think Tyler Perry could write a sci-fi story? No, he can't. Look at the other things he tries to do. It's all the same things. He's just feeding you the same thing. So to write a sci-fi story, you think he's that talented? No. He can just give you them plays that have been bootlegged 11 million times that we've known to love and pander Christianity with being a big character of a black woman instead of hiring a black woman to be Medea.
And I also blame the actors and the actresses, because you are reading these scripts and you are saying yes to this.
Because it's all about the money. I got to get paid, sis. Because truth be told, if I was Monique, I wouldn't even want to be in a Lee Daniel movie. I would want you to apologize to me publicly and then let's keep it pushing.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I wouldn't even want, because you made me look like a fool. I'm out here speaking on what you did to me, only for you to try to take a picture and make that picture right over a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the hell I would. And at my next comedy show, did y'all see Sweets?
Oh, all right. It's 7:00. We are going to switch gears here.
I just said it. Did you see him?
We are going to switch gears here. It is officially Wednesday.
Did you see him?
We are going to have our Healing Wednesday segment with everyone's favorite aunt, Auntie V, and then we have Dr. Jans in the building where we will be discussing CBD and weight loss.
Did you see him?
That's enough. And if you have any pressing questions regarding CBD, now is the time to ask. So any sort of myths you may have heard about, or if you may have, some hesitation about trying it, now is the time to do so, because we have professionals in the building who will guide you and allow you to know the right way about using CBD and incorporating it in your day-to-day. So hold on, stay right here, y'all. Keep it locked. If you got questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat now and we will address them, but just keep it right here. We are going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Did you see him?
It's tedious.
Did you see him? Lee Daniels. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Look at
As you
that.
can see, there's a lot of folk in the building now.
Hey now.
And go ahead, SoFab Kim.
All right, so welcome back, everyone, and we have a new face in the building, Dr. Jans. Girl, I am loving it. You're giving every bit of NBC correspondent over there. Hey. You know? And of course, everyone's favorite Auntie B is in the building. We told you guys it is Healing Wednesday, so those pressing questions that you have about CBD or even
I can slide down more.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Any pressing questions you have about CBD, make sure you drop them in the comments and be a part of the conversation, because we want to just really dispel all of these myths that CBD that is attached to it, and let you know that this should be a part of your routine. Okay. But before we get into that, let's introduce our guest. Let's go ahead and read a little bit about Dr. Jans. Hey now. So Dr. Jans Taylor is a dedicated and compassionate healthcare professional specializing as a board certified family nurse practitioner with a wealth of experience in nursing spanning in diverse fields. Now, she is also the founder of Embody Hydration and Wellness. Dr. Jans is committed to offering comprehensive and personalized care aimed at enhancing the overall health and wellness of her clients. Through her practice, she provides a range of services aimed at optimizing health, including preventative care, wellness, and weight loss methods. Dr. Jans' approach to healthcare is marked by compassion, expertise, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of her patients. With her guidance and support, clients can expect to receive the highest standard of care, ensuring they achieve their health and wellness goals effectively. So, family, make sure y'all welcome our latest cousin to the show, Dr. Jans Taylor. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you decided to jump on and have this very important conversation. We told you guys that today we're going to be talking about CBD and weight loss, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get on the topic of Ozempic, you know, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about
That's
that.
a show in and of itself.
Hello. And being as though both of you are, you know, in the medical profession and you know about Ozempic and some of the side effects of it, the pros and cons, we definitely want to talk about that, and as well as how CBD and IV hydration and your entire company can help people reach their goals in a more healthy and holistic way. You know,
Absolutely.
so I know Ken and I go back and forth about our jokes when it comes to, you know, diabetic medication. But we'll get to that later.
Don't do it.
So, Dr. Jans, if you don't mind, before we jump into our messy letter, because I promise y'all we got one, we couldn't get to it yesterday, but we'll get to it today. Let everyone know a little bit about Embody.
Yes, so Embody is located in Durham. And so what I offer is the IV hydration or IV vitamin therapy. So it's basically infusing vitamins and minerals via IV. So not only do you get those essential vitamins that you need for your body to maintain its health, you also get in hydration. So a lot of us are dehydrated just in general. And so the benefit is these vitamins and the hydration go straight to your cells. So it's more like a cellular health. And so you feel better quicker and a lot longer, and it bypasses your gut. So I also offer like vitamin injections such as vitamin D, B12 that helps with your energy. I do a fat burner that's all natural as well. And then I do a little bit of kind of like in the aesthetics arena. I help people that have lost the weight that just have that extra fat that they just need to get rid of. And so I do a process for that. And then I do offer the weight loss. So I offer the compound products for the GLPs. So we can't really call it that, but works just as effective. So I offer those services currently. And if they follow me, more to come on that.
Awesome. So before we jump into the conversation and get into Healing Wednesdays, we have none other than our messy letter. So
I'm sorry. I was getting my questions ready.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Just trying to be professional. But let's be messy for a minute.
For a second. All right, our messy letter. Now this one is pretty lengthy, so hold it, you know, stay with me, y'all. Okay. This one says, my nephew owes me over $6,000. He got in a car wreck. His car was totaled. The interest he qualifies for would cost him double the amount for the car. He called to co-sign. Instead of co-signing, I lent him $5,000 to buy another car. A few months later, he had to move. He called and humbled himself to ask for another $1,000 to help complete the deposit because he was out of money that I gave him as well. Also paid 2 months of insurance for him since money was so tight. I know most people might call me stupid, but he is a son to me. I practically raised him from birth. I have been there for all his ups and downs, all his mistakes, all his stupid decisions. As his aunt, second mother, if I can help in any ways, I'm going to, because I'm not going to allow a few $1,000s to cause my son to suffer. After a year, he paid me back $2,000, thanked me, and promised to complete the payment. Now, here lies the issue. His live-in baby mom / girlfriend called to cuss me out for accepting payments from her boyfriend. Apparently, when a man who is in a relationship owes someone money, he's not supposed to pay back the person directly. He is supposed to go through his woman to pay. I asked why. He's my nephew. I didn't give you the money. I gave it to him. Why should I count on you to pay me back because I gave the money to my nephew? She said because she was the woman in his life and in the house. Every money that is coming in and going out has to go through her. I then asked her, why didn't you call me for the money then? Or better yet, your own family. She said she has given him permission to ask me because she knew I would most likely give it to him, but she didn't give him permission to start paying me back. It's a lot. He didn't even talk to her about it, and I was wrong for accepting payments back from him, especially since they just had a second son. I should have called her first to ask her if it was okay to accept money from her boyfriend, money that he owes me. I had no problem with him borrowing from the money. I said you had no problem with him borrowing from me directly, but you have a problem with him paying me back directly. She said yes, because he didn't tell me. So how is it my problem? Why should I have to call? I never once spoke to her when money was needed in the household. She said, moving forward, when my nephew decides to pay me again, she would appreciate it if I called her first to find out if it's okay to accept money from him. Is this a new age thing? Should I respect her? Is this something that I should do moving forward when it comes to my money? Please help.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, that's a lot.
Yes, it is a lot.
Yeah. Well, as a guest, Dr. Jan, I'll let you go first because I have opinions.
Yeah.
You know I do.
So he should be appreciative that Auntie Mom, Momty, loaned him money. I mean, like $6,000, that's a lot of money. And we appreciate you paying back the $2,000, but you are the girlfriend. Where were you when he asked for this money? That's up to him to have that relationship with his aunt, Momty, and pay her back. Like, you know that he owes this money. You should be encouraging him to make sure you pay that, even if it's just $100 a month. And having to go through her, like, no, ma'am, we're not doing that.
I know that's right.
Right. So, son, nephew, pay your auntie her money.
And quit playing.
Directly.
Okay. And
Directly.
girlfriend, chill.
Yes.
Simple as that.
This ain't about you.
Not at all.
It's not about her.
That's ridiculous.
Because I mean, Jan put it quite eloquently, because you know what I would say.
Go ahead, let it go. Let it go,
I'm
Miss
just
B.
saying, seriously?
Right.
This is a G-rated show.
No,
No,
it ain't.
No,
No,
absolutely not. Have you lost your mind?
Mm-hmm.
No. We're not even entertaining this conversation with her.
I know that's right.
Because she didn't borrow money from me.
Mm-hmm.
If I, he got it from me.
Mm-hmm.
As as his role as a young man, this is something this is an agreement he and I had.
Mm-hmm.
That's your obligation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Pay your money back.
Mm-hmm.
If he wishes to have that conversation with his girlfriend, that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
But it is most definitely that his girlfriend stepping to me. If I were, his aunt / mommy. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
That would not have even been a conversation,
Right.
because I would have sent that young lady right back for which she came.
I know that's right.
And I would, and he and I would have a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
because no, it's not going. I did not give you the money through her.
Right.
I am not going to receive the money through her. I'm not even going to have that conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
That is on him.
Mm-hmm.
If he wishes to share that or not, I believe that's part of him adulting.
Right. And there are boundaries, like that's his aunt and you're the girlfriend. Have you established a relationship with Auntie?
Right.
One, to be able to feel that you can call her and say that, you know. And so I think that's the big thing. And he needs to kind of step in there and be like, hey, time out. Like, this is my aunt. I asked for the money and I have to pay her back, period.
Mhm.
And that's an agreement that he needs to work out with his aunt. And she just needs to make sure he pays that.
Hello.
That's what your role is.
Hello.
Not to step to auntie and call her and say it goes through me. Like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
No.
Not to mention,
No.
you're trying to, I would hope that you're trying to establish goodwill.
Exactly. Because you never
With-
know, you might need her
Because you
again.
never know when you may have to go back to the trough.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because obviously your household ain't bringing in money like that. So
Yeah. I mean, bless his heart, he had to buy a car. So, I mean, apparently he's using it, to get to a job
Right.
or to, and to help out in any way he's doing it. So, I mean, he's trying to, it sounds like he was trying to step up and, and he's trying. I mean, paid $2,000 back. But like I said, again, that's a conversation he needs to have that she should not be having with a girlfriend.
right.
Because that whole girlfriend thing, I don't even know how you can even think that as a girlfriend.
You have
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brave.
I would have, or I would go ahead and include girlfriend. What we would have done as we would have sat down and had a conversation with you and your girlfriend. We're gonna go ahead and write out this payment arrangement, and we're gonna put some ink to paper. And then since she got a big mouth, when he don't pay me back, y'all gonna go to court.
Ooh.
Oh, you went there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She went there, right?
Yeah. Like so. While y'all, like, let's say we were all married in this situation. I would let y'all say what you auntie say your piece. But when we talk man to man, after y'all say y'all piece, here's how we're gonna do this, because this is how people in the world are gonna treat you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, yeah.
we're not gonna get upset. Okay, baby girl, if that's how you feel,
Mhm.
then let's go ahead and put some pen to paper. And now you also take accountability for the money that's owed, because I don't care who gives me the money.
Right.
I just want my money back in my pocket.
Mhm.
So we're gonna go ahead and do a payment arrangement. And then once you don't fulfill that payment arrangement, I'm going to go to small claims court, file for my money, and then I'll see you in court. And nephew, you took it there because you can't handle your home.
Right.
So now I'm teaching you to keep people in pocket, because when somebody steps out of line, it can cost you.
Yes.
And especially if she's willing to step out of line in reference to money that you and I discussed, what else in the street could she put you in bad situations about?
Right.
Because clearly she does not know how to communicate, because there's ways to communicate her need. She could have said, like, is there a way we can talk about this, y'all? Because the $2,000 he gave, maybe it was something for the children or for her child or for the kid. And I'm sure auntie or uncle can understand that. But he, as young man, he's probably feeling the pressure. Like, I got to get him something. So here, take this too. This is all I got. And then she's probably like, but that too, maybe that was a daycare bill or something like that. Who knows what it is? And because she doesn't know how to have this conversation in an adult style, then as the adults, here's what we're going to do. What can you pay? Because this moving forward, this dialogue will never happen with my wife and her money. Because if she gave you that money, first of all, I'm gonna look at her about the nephew like
That's $6,000.
yeah, like
Right.
so come on now, you know who you lending it to. We all know our relatives. You knew who you lended it to. So because like mom said, sometimes you don't lend money that you don't plan to get back.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So if you, it may be something that we might have to take as a wash for now. Now, if we need that money back, then we got to sculpt this out so that she don't get hurt, because you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Talking
say
like
you're
that.
gonna say the wrong thing, and we ain't even gonna be civil. You're gonna get hit. Because if it was any of our aunts, woo,
Right.
woo, there
Where
wouldn't even have been a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Where a
Oh, yeah.
girlfriend is
Right.
calling the aunts.
Man,
That's what I'm saying. That
man.
that would not even.
Yeah.
No.
You ain't
we
even
would
a
not even-
wife.
yeah,
You
we
are
wouldn't
a
even
girlfriend.
Pass go.
there wouldn't even have been a whole conversation to write a letter about.
No, it would
It'd have
not.
been click.
It would not.
Then next thing you would hear, open the damn door.
Right.
And you sit down and shut up because she opened her mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now we're gonna go from there.
Right. Because that was the one point that I was going to go to, was the fact that she even felt comfortable enough to call your aunt. How did she get her number? So you, like you said, you don't have control of
there's
the
no
situation
boundaries.
here.
She done either went through your
And-
phone
yeah.
or you was too scared and gave it to her.
Exactly. Or
Right,
complaining
right.
like, man, I gotta get this for. And she's like, well, I don't know why you give them for, because like you said, they have 2 kids together. So
Mhm.
then it's like, well, you're taking money out of our baby's mouth, blah, 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 this whole thing. But not realizing he needed that money for transportation. And instead of saying, how can we work this out to give an acceptable payment where she's getting something back,
Right.
you immediately go to, well, if you give him money, you need to talk to me. Whoa there, bitch. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not calling my phone when you owe me $4,000.
Well, yeah, not after you enjoyed my 6. See, you enjoyed my 6. So
He did.
The
Y'all-
writing in my
yeah,
sense.
y'all enjoyed my
Right.
6.
Right.
Right. So then now I'm just saying, can I get something back? And now, well, we gotta talk. Well, wait, hold up. Y'all enjoying my 6. Because if it was like my father, oh well, then don't y'all worry about nothing. Give me the keys to the car, nephew. Until we can talk like men, we don't even need to drive that car. And don't make me put hands on you. I'm not even worried about her. Give me the keys to the car.
Mhm.
Because we're gonna rectify this in a way, like I said, that's how the world's gonna treat you. Oh, you can't make your payment?
We
Yeah,
gonna
Your
get
car
that
is repossessed.
Mhm.
So I gave you the money for that car. You did not pay for that car.
Mhm.
Oh, that's my car. Give me the keys.
Right.
And then now, whatever she talking about, I would tell you better handle her.
Mhm.
As I drove right down the way and parked it in my driveway. And then when my wife is looking at me like, why'd you take the car? Until we start getting the money that we supposed to, this is our car.
Yeah, and she could be an ass and say, I want interest now.
Right.
Well, she
Because now not only do you owe me 4, but now that she's talking and won't shut up, you owe me interest. So now what are we talking about?
Yeah, but it doesn't. The tone
man.
of the I could be wrong, but the tone of the letter didn't seem like she really wanted to go there.
No,
she's
she
being
didn't.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
She's being very nice.
She
I think,
was.
yeah.
She
That's why,
sweet.
like I said, if she's the auntie and no, there's no uncle, then
Mhm.
she's handling this the way that
Mhm.
she still loves her little nephew.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, but her uncle needs to step in somewhere. Like,
With the uncle face.
yeah, hold up. What did he say to you? What?
I know.
Okay, you don't make another call. Give me the keys
Yeah.
because that's all I need.
Mhm.
Because at this point in time, she's out of pocket. We ain't gonna go there no more. You already know because as a young man who borrowed $6,000, you know she's out of pocket.
And being her parents, like if that was my child talking to another woman that way, I would be embarrassed. And
Right.
now I gotta have a conversation
We
with
done
you.
talked about parents.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
'Cause
see, I
her
was gonna say
mom-
like the generation, like, so are they younger? Because
It sounds like it. Yeah.
you know, me growing up, I would never call.
Never.
No.
Like, there are certain things you just don't do.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And that arrangement would have been settled between me and Auntie. Like
Mhm.
you did bad business from the beginning. Like the
He-
beginning,
he
you
did.
didn't give her a time when money was coming back, which lets me know that how generous she is because
No.
most of us, you know how that
Right.
rolls. So when am I
Someone
getting my
said-
money back?
Facts, coach. I'm taking the car.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Gabe, right?
Yeah, that was Gabe.
And I'm not saying it as a male female thing, but with
Mhm.
men, what we ain't gonna do is argue
Back
with her.
and forth.
Yeah, I'm not arguing
Yeah.
with her.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
I need those keys because now, nephew, you're gonna feel the pressure of her
Mhm.
talking about what we gonna do. Now you got to figure it out. But
Mhm.
that's the way the world's gonna treat you because
Yeah.
I basically was your bank to get this car.
Yeah.
If you would have went to a bank and then you tell the bank, well, I only got 2 out of what I owe you. Oh, don't worry about it. You're gonna see the truck come in and beep, beep, backing your shit right out the driveway. So there's no reason to argue. And so your girlfriend or whatever she is, she's delusional at this time.
Mhm.
But we're gonna make this real. And then now to get your car back, we have to go about it the legal way.
I know, but that, I mean,
Oh,
that-
go ahead.
no,
Lucy.
I'm just gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
I always preface that up with that women interact with their, with their nephews or their sons
Mhm.
differently than an uncle or
Mhm.
or a father would
Mhm.
in that same situation.
Mhm.
And I always find it interesting that because Coach is pretty black, pretty black and white.
Mhm. Give me the keys.
Give me
Give
the
me the
keys.
keys.
Give me the keys.
Give me the keys.
And it's always just interesting to me because I believe that women, we tend to want to finesse it,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because we don't really want to to give our nephew a spanking.
Mhm.
It's like, baby, don't make mama do this. And we give them those outs. And when we let that little stuff slide.
That's why we let you call first. See, you called because it would have never been a conversation. Hey man, I ain't get my money. Let me get those keys. I gave the opportunity at the phone call. And then when you hung up frustrated, then I say, what'd he say?
Yeah.
All right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because ultimately our job is to make sure you're not hurt. Because now
Absolutely.
you hurt I'm doing this because you hurt your aunt.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we got to handle it this way. And because you can't keep her mouth shut, because like you said, most of the time, if somebody gave that type of money, unless you really, really need it back, if they're struggling, I can't ask for this back right
you
now.
know that.
I know that.
You know that.
But because she stepped out of line, well, now see.
Because it wasn't it sounds like it wasn't a problem until the girlfriend called.
The girlfriend.
Right.
She messed it up. And he needs a good sit down. Hey.
He does. Now I agree with that.
You cannot allow this type of situation to
No.
happen.
Yes.
Like this is not how you run your home, sir.
No.
I'm not trying to tell you how.
No.
But this is definitely not it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Because Auntie, out of goodness of her heart, gave you $6K, and that's hard to come back.
Absolutely.
Gabe said, I hear you, Auntie. But $6K does not equal a spanking. He catching a $6K worth of hands and feet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I agree.
Because I'm going to tell you. Because, Xavier's not here right now.
Right.
But because I cannot speak for all aunties. But we do. We give you that grace period. Because it's like, okay, baby, I done told you once. Now, she called. I don't know what the fuck that was. But we're gonna hang up the phone. Because you do, because you hang up on her and then you call him and you say, baby, I don't know. I don't know what this was about. She called.
Yeah.
No. This is what I told her. Okay, that's one. Right. And then with this continuation, okay, that's two. Baby, I done told you.
Right.
I don't know. I'm warning you. And then, the third time, as they say, you're making me get up and you're making me whoop your ass. Mama don't want to do that. Right. But now we're here.
However.
You see what you made me do.
Right.
But it takes us a little bit more time to get, to this.
And men know to prevent that.
Yes.
Because each time she does that, you get a little bit more pissed off. And 9 times out of 10, we got to hear it. Hey man, I don't want to hear this shit no more. Give me the keys.
Right.
Give me the keys.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if it's my nephew. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because once I get up, I'm committed to the cause. I'm committed to this cause, right? That's right. I'm committed because somebody up in here get the ass.
Yeah.
Right.
And so to prevent that,
and
then it will be
yeah.
And then and there's no uncle or coach or anything that's gonna say, pull it back. No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're already there.
Because I'm here. And I gotta commit.
Right.
Because I've given you two times. That third time I gotta commit. I gotta commit to the cause. Somebody up in here getting their ass whooped.
Right.
And see,
and that's what it turns into. This
And,
bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
whoa.
but it's not even that. It's like this is the third time I'm committed because I've given you 2 morning shots. I've given you that. I got to commit now.
I'm there.
I'm there.
Now your girlfriend comes up missing.
I'm not because I'm not upset.
She said, "Yeah, no." See, that's why you give me the keys early.
Right. But see, you're not upset.
Right.
By the time you hit 3, you're like, oh, okay.
All right, this is what I got to do.
It's what I got to do. You've made me go there.
Like you said, I
I'm
got to
committed.
commit.
I'm committed. I've got to do this because I'm up now.
Right.
Right. I'm up. I'm
there
up
was
off the
levels.
couch now.
Yeah.
And so no, actually, it's quite resolved. Once you've gone to 3,
we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, because now I'm committed. It's like you made me do this. This is gonna hurt.
And
You're
this
not gonna
sounds like
me.
this may have been level 1.
Yes.
We haven't gotten to 2 and 3 yet.
because she's asking for advice.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think this would have been a different letter if she was at 3.
Take the
Yeah.
call.
Oh God, no, no. A different letter would be like, "This is what I've done." We're in small claims court now.
Take
Wait,
the car.
this is tag team. Auntie takes her, and I'm taking the nephew.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're
Absolutely
going, and even if, entering that situation, if that was how you wanted to handle it, I would take the car to provoke conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So give me the car and then you come over here and talk to your aunt, because y'all going to have a face-to-face conversation. Because what I'm not going to do is hear what I don't want 2 and 3 for you. So we're going to stay at 1. And
Thank thee.
we're going to handle this without her around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then you talk to your aunt, y'all come up with the schedule, stick to the schedule so this don't get out of hand.
An
Right.
apology is also due.
Absolutely.
Whether it is from you or her, definitely her.
Definitely.
Because if you have that same energy, keep that same energy when it comes to apologizing.
Right.
Because like the only reason why your nappy headed ass kids in this back seat is because of me. So like you said, that's level 3.
No, but level 3 is resolved.
Right.
I don't. I mean, it is. It's resolved.
Right.
You know, for me, that's conflict resolution because I've already resolved it. I mean, this is it. This is the resolution. You know, you've had 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 is, baby, please. And number 2 is baby, please. And then number 3 is like, okay,
all right, it's happening.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And, and that young lady, like, she also needs to learn from this lesson too.
Yes.
Like, I gotta tag you in something. Like, you gotta. That's why I want both y'all names on this piece of paper, because nothing hits you when you see you got to go to court and your name is at the top.
Yeah.
You be like, damn. And then now it'll be quick. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, on the contrary, you signed and you had a big mouth and said, we need to discuss money leaving your crib. So let the judge tell you how this money's about to leave your crib. I would like payment plans.
Well, yeah, because that's devoid of any emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I have to do. You're my nephew. I love you. Like, but you got to learn that clearly this woman has a strong hold on your decision making. But I'm gonna show you that what has a stronger hold on your decision making is the world outside y'all doors. She can't come outside and behave in such a way,
right?
And then you sit there and what? Like, I'm pissed that you're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit.
Yeah, because where were you at when this conversation was
Man,
happening?
Right.
Were you sitting there like, and behind her?
Nah, he was not. He wasn't. What he was either he didn't know the conversation happened, because sometimes it'll happen. Maybe he's at work and then his phone he coming into it, or it was one of those I'm calling her now, and then she called and now he's stuck.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, damn, I wish she wouldn't have did.
I would have smacked that damn like. Hang up the phone.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he was there.
For that, he probably walked into that conversation.
Yeah,
but it's still, that's my aunt, man. You violated. You can't, because there might be a cousin conversation too.
Right.
Hey man, go check on your cousin, because I'm about to knock his ass out.
Especially if auntie has a daughter and you're calling my mom on that.
Oh yeah.
Now we definitely got problems.
There's
Wait a
definitely
minute.
gonna be some cookout conflicts in the future.
Segment conflict resolution.
We want this because you gonna pull up to my house after disrespecting my aunt in the car that she paid for with them kids. Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
I kicked the damn car seat out the.
See, y'all need to take some drops before this conversation.
There we go.
Y'all need to take some drink.
Like, it wouldn't even be anger. I would just kindly go to that car with the keys. Like, oh, cousin, I gotta get some out your car. I'm throwing them damn car seats out.
And
Mom, here go your keys.
I'm really level-headed. That's why I said, like, you are right. Like, black and white for me, because I don't want the emotions to tear up the family structure. But you gave me a lot of information by running your mouth, woman. So you chose to step up. Okay, he can't handle himself. That's fine. What can y'all pay? And then now the difference between before me giving the money was I gave it on good faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I'm giving it to you with an order to be paid back at a certain time. So then now if y'all don't meet this, now you're controlling this. I'll let her control it. You're controlling this, because here's what I know. You're not going to pay me back. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to court. And when we get to court, I may drag it out and then, make you feel, you're going to feel it. Oh, you going to take me to court? Where's my money? You're going to feel this one, because in the future, I don't want you doing this to other people who may not be as graceful. Because let's say you ask for money from somebody that's outside the family. They're not going to just talk to you a certain way, somebody gonna get hurt. $6 grand,
Yeah.
man. So we gonna learn a lesson from this, and then you probably ain't gonna get no more money now. And then if you do, me and Auntie gonna have a problem. Don't give him another dime. $6 grand. For an aunt to give you $6 grand, sheesh. We got an aunt that got money, and I didn't even part my lip to ask for some $6 grand.
I mean, not even 600, honestly.
Right.
I'm just like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Will.
Right.
And Will.
Yeah.
I will go to the depths of hell to ask for money before I ask.
Because you know what that comes with.
Right.
Yeah. You know what it comes with.
Right.
I'll be like, man, so we gonna go ahead and get one of them
Payday loans.
no, pay here loan or car
Yeah, right.
from that lot where we just gonna pay it right there because I'd rather owe them than owe her.
That's right.
Like,
Right. You know all about what that comes with. Because that comes with, every conversation.
Every
conversation.
conversation.
Because
You
you
know,
know
just
that
throwing it
money
in
I lent
randomly.
you. Yeah. Be eating a rib. Because I lent you that money. You be like, where the hell?
Give me that rib back. Give me that rib back. How much is that? Well, put that on your bill.
Is that a $6,000 rib? Because I still need my money. You be like,
And
"Nah."
money. Don't go on vacation and
Where's
post
my
it on
money?
social
Oh,
media.
right.
How in the world you coming on
But
this
you know,
vacation?
it would be so heavy on my conscience
Mhm.
that I owe somebody that amount of money,
Mhm.
and then you still want to enjoy life, but it makes it so much harder.
Yes.
You can't post not near picture.
No.
Yeah.
Can't be tagged in nothing. Don't go
No.
on any family vacation.
Don't buy nothing new.
Don't buy nothing new because black people. We be
Yeah.
like, oh, those is new joints.
Oh, so you got new TVs.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
How much that cost, boo?
Right.
Yeah.
So you still owe me what? Now you owe me $4 grand.
Right.
He did give 2 back.
Right.
He gave 2.
Oh, y'all. Oh, and they mounted too. You had to pay for that.
How much that
Oh,
cost?
okay. And that's exactly how much that run
Geek
you.
Squad put that in there.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
What's going on there?
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do it to
Yeah.
yourself.
So clearly he has a very graceful aunt,
Mhm.
and you need to
Yeah.
appreciate it. Give her
Right.
her money
Yeah,
back
right.
because clearly she's different than a lot.
Yeah.
Because she's struggling with this.
Mhm.
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 She is. Like you said, especially to ask for help. It hasn't gotten to the point where she's ready to kick ass. It's just
so
like,
she's
what
not
should
at
I
3.
do? How do I handle this?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, she's not at level
And
3.
it's probably not even the money issue for Auntie.
Mhm.
It's the principle of the conversation
Right.
Mhm.
and the the
Right.
nerve behind it.
Yeah, I wish you would.
I
Talking
wish-
crazy to me.
Yes, I wish she would.
And you driving in.
You've lost your mind.
Like you said,
That'd be a
she
2-second
better be lucky that there's not cousins attached to that. 'Cause
Yes.
Let me hear that you talking to my mom crazy and you're not family. You
Yes.
just a baby mom. Oh,
Or they're cousins and they don't know.
right.
Cousins
right.
don't know yet.
They may know
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Auntie, mom, honey, you may have some help coming.
Word.
So the verdict is have the conversation. Well, I guess what is the verdict? What advice would you
I
give?
would say have the conversation with nephew so that we can resolve this and there not be another conversation.
Correct.
Boom.
Mhm.
Boom.
Period.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I will add to that some baby mamas, she either needs to apologize,
Mhm. Mhm.
and he needs to initiate his girlfriend to have that conversation with his aunt,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
because that's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
And you can't have that.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
You can't have that because y'all cannot move forward
No.
Right.
with his family.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Whatever Auntie wants, especially if Auntie is married, whatever she wants, that's what you got to do, because she's the one who lent the money. So this is how we're gonna rectify it. So, and if it is not that situation, and that's my sister, and she got disrespected, give me the keys, and then I'm going to try to force that conversation. You got to talk to your aunt. Don't hide, because it seems like he's kind of hiding, and now the girlfriend came to the front. Give me the keys. Talk to your aunt, and let's rectify this within our family, because she's not family, and then we move forward. But we got to understand how we roll. Now, however you roll with her, that's your family. But how me and you roll and how you and your aunt roll, this is our family. So we're gonna handle this a little bit differently, and then schedule that apology
Boom.
ASAP.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because she does.
ASAP. That's how I would handle it.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
All right, so it wasn't so bad. That was our messy letter, because it can get messier.
Okay.
That was our messy letter for today.
Yeah, it can get a lot messier.
Yeah,
That was pretty easy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had some pretty craziness on the show, but
Yeah.
So switching gears, it is Healing Wednesday. So let's talk about some things,
Mhm.
because like you said, weight loss is a huge topic. Yesterday we were talking about the comedian Lil Rel. He decided to post his transformation. It's been probably about 6 months or so. And he was just saying that he did a really deep dive into just eating better, moving, really getting into like his spirituality. He went to therapy, and it was just an overall transformation for him. But the people immediately went to, you did Ozempic, didn't you? Because of the fast results, you know, and he doubled down and he was like, I need y'all to stop thinking everything is Ozempic. You know, like you can lose weight in a healthy way, in a natural way, without having to do any sort of drugs or anything like that, you know, just by eating better, like you said, your vitamin intake, things like that. And it can change your overall outlook. So let's jump into the conversation.
Yes. Well, Dr. Jen and I we're having this conversation outside as well. So I guess we just bring it in here.
Yes.
Yes. Because it was interesting because of course my question to you was, do you find that in your I always say practice because we're both advanced advanced nurse practitioners. Yes. So that's always exciting to meet a fellow advanced practice nurse because we're like, oh, girl, right? Let's talk. But have you found that a lot of your people that you see that they are chronically dehydrated? Because I see that a lot. Yeah, I see that a lot.
You do, everybody, honestly, and even people that say, "Oh, I drink a lot," and I'm like, "What's a lot?" Because you got to think about, you might drink 2, 3, 4 bottles of water a day, but you go to the bathroom several times a day. You might sweat, especially now you walk outside and you're instantly sweating. If you cry, you're having bowel movements, you know, so there's a lot of ways that you're losing water and you're dehydrated to start with. So now you're really trying to catch up. So truly, we're all dehydrated because we're not, intaking enough fluid.
Yes.
And so everybody, honestly, unless you are just dousing water. And then I do have some that come that don't drink water at all.
Yes.
So
and they're, you know, they're in that desert, so to speak.
Yep.
And then because I know that you know that it comes to a point in time that you don't even want any water because you're so dehydrated that you're like, you know what? I don't even have the sensation to drink.
You don't.
Water anymore to drink anything, which further compounds the issue. Because I have found that, well, you know, in the world of anesthesia, you know, we keep you, as we say, MPO without fluids. So, you know, you find yourself that you're behind the curve when we see them when they walk in the door. You know, and so I was, you know, you and I both were talking about the fact that with the IV hydration, what do you add to it? You know, naturally add.
So all of my, we call them drips. So all of those come with like vitamin C, vitamin B. I had to do some mineral blends. I do biotin. So I have certain vitamin bags that are catered to kind of what you're looking for. So I have one that's kind of like a catch-all. I have one that's good for like hair, skin, and nails. One for performance, one for athletes that work out, people that work out quite often, training for a triathlon or working out in the gym, you're sweating. So I have one that helps with muscle recovery.
Yes.
Of course, hangover is always popular.
That's always a good one.
You know.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you know, because I try my darndest to talk to people about the endogenous endocannabinoid system that we have, that we naturally have. And in order for you to feel better, you have to have hydration. You have to have, you know, it's just a holistic approach to your wellness. And, you know, we had this conversation about CBD, which is natural, people. It's natural. And you make endocannabinoids yourself. And I know people think about CBD in a bad sense, and it's absolutely not. You know, in order, you know, I talk about my drink drops, but it's, you know, it's part of your hydration. Right. We're talking about homeostasis. So we're talking about a balance. That's what we're talking about. Because don't would you think that that's what makes you feel good?
It does. And I mean, it's so many benefits. Just fluids alone, being hydrated will help lubricate your joints. And so I have people that say, like, oh, my knee isn't hurting as like it was before. And to talk about really the effects of IV hydration or IV vitamin therapy, I've had a lot of people that come and say, I slept so well. Now, I do them myself. I give myself IV drips because obviously I need them, right? And I do all the things, so I know exactly how to explain and what you should. So I'm not going to give you something I'm not going to do myself.
Exactly.
And so for me, it's that mental clarity. It's that I can stay up a little bit longer. If I eat lunch, or when I eat lunch, rather, like, I don't feel like I'm about to pass out. So I can even, if I eat some carbs or something at lunch, then I can stay up a little. Like, it just gives me so much energy, and I feel like I just feel so much better. And so it's just that something is different. And so I encourage that. And then especially in our community, because we don't do enough, we're vitamin depleted with our vitamin D because we're not really outside much. And when we're out, we're quick, go in and come back out. So we're deficient in a lot of things that we need just for our basic health.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
And this was one of the ones based on that, like, especially speaking about our community. And we have a lot of people that got high blood pressure, diabetes, et cetera, et cetera. So are there any medical conditions that can offset due to like IV hydration or to assist with helping, like, to where maybe you don't have to take as much medication? Like, is there any, or is there anything that can
get them off
substitute?
of
You can get you off.
So for what I tell folks, like, so IV hydration is good for a lot of people. There are certain ones, obviously, heart failure, lung issues, end-stage renal disease where you're on dialysis, because it is giving you fluid. And so you have to really watch that balance for people. So I do medical histories and vital signs and a little mini assessment on all my clients that I see. And so you come in and you're on blood pressure medicine. The goal is let's do some lifestyle changes. So it goes along with more than just what I'm doing. It's what you're doing on the outside, because the goal is to hopefully lessen the amount that you're taking. Now, there are some health issues where you may have to just be on it just because there's some other processes and just health diseases that this just won't cure, right? But there's things that you can do in addition to us getting these vitamins in our systems, building like good cells, flushing out toxins in our bodies. So we're doing that, and we're coupling that with lifestyle changes like eating better, moving. That in itself can help reduce what you're taking.
Gotcha.
So then, first of all, before we even go any further, can we identify what some signs of dehydration are, so people kind of know, or it might speak to them and say, "Oh, I'm not sick. I'm actually dehydrated."
Yeah. So people, of course, experience different symptoms. Dark urine is a big sign. Dry mouth, which is probably you're in the later stages of dehydration. You can have some people may have like brain fog, fatigue, just that feeling of just like tiredness all the time. So those are some of the basic things that most people complain about when it comes to feeling dehydration.
And then when we talk about the IV hydration, I see in the stores a lot. This box is called
liquid IV.
Yes. What can you talk about some of the things? Does it even compare? Like what is their marketing
that is
strategy?
more like you put in your water. So you can definitely do those things, in addition to. So the benefit of the IV. So what happens is I place an IV and it literally goes into your bloodstream. So automatically it's going right to your cells where you need it. So when you're drinking the fluids, which is another way, obviously, of keeping yourself hydrated, in addition to that, so that is actually, going through your GI system and it's going to the cells where it's needed, but your body has to, digest it and all that. This method actually goes straight to your cells. So you're really getting up to 100% absorption.
Awesome. Okay.
So that's the benefit of the IV vitamin therapy or hydration versus the liquid or the little powder packs you put in your drinks, which are still good. You can still do that in addition. And so the benefit of IV hydration, I tell folks, like, you can do this. It's great. You can do it once a week. every other week, once a month. And it's just like a maintenance thing that you're doing. And what it does, like I say, it just helps to flush those toxins out your system. I also give glutathione, which a lot of people don't know about. It's produced by your liver. It's a powerful antioxidant. It's actually one of my most favorite vitamins, actually. And so it has really good benefits for skin health. But it helps to get rid of free radicals in your body. So it's attacking flushing all that stuff out of your system. And so a lot of people feel good after, and that's why, because it's literally like it's going straight to your cells.
That's awesome.
It's
And
immediate.
okay, well then that also plays into when people say like, oh, well, I'll just drink Gatorade or I'll just drink Pedialyte. Like you said, it has to go through your stomach and all the things like that instead of just going directly to your cells.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's fine. And, and like I encourage, still increase your fluid, definitely doing your fluids. But if you're really dehydrated, definitely you need to come and try to get some fluids on board. And I do vitamins or IV drips with just plain saline. Like you don't have to get any vitamins in there. And so that's why I'm big on talking to my clients, like what's going on?
Right.
How are you feeling? So that I know that I have these standard bags, but I can also say, hey, let's add a little bit to this. Let's give more fluid or let's give less. So
You can customize.
you can absolutely.
Customize.
Okay.
And that's the benefit of building relationships and understanding of what's going on with your clients. And so, I always have these conversations like, hey, what's going on? How you feeling? How's your energy level? Tell me what's going on. So I'll know exactly how to treat you. And then even like when they come, I get vital signs. If your heart rate is a little bit high and you're telling me like, I've been outside, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, you're a little dehydrated because you're, you can tell in the simple things in your vital signs.
So for both of you ladies, since we have you here, I want to steal a question as soon as you asked about the athletes and the Gatorade and stuff, because I try to get athletes away from Gatorade as much as possible because they drink it even when they're not dehydrated. And Lord knows my mother, she did the research and stuff about Gatorade as a personal trainer. And if you weren't working out, she would literally yell at you like, don't drink that. Like, don't drink it. So could both of you elaborate about just the electrolyte idea and what they're advertising versus what it does to you when you're not even sweating? Because people just go in the gas station and get Gatorade. So if y'all can both expound on it from y'all knowledge of what it can do to the body.
Oh, well, I guess, do you want me to start? Yeah. Oh my God. Well, see, I'm not fond of Gatorade. I'm going to be honest. The sugar content alone is horrid, but I believe Gatorade has, I don't know if you say progressed, but the Gatorade that initially, with the electrolytes, the salt, potassium, calcium, all of that. That's not the same formula that's on the market now.
Okay.
Because that's what it was touted as. It was touted as, an electrolyte and fluid balance, for the people who work out. And who, you're trying to create. You're trying to basically add to the deficit of all these that you sweated out. And that's not, I think sometimes it can be a cycle because, it's like you're already dehydrated from exercising or rigorous sports, whatever you're doing. And then you're trying to replace electrolytes and vitamins that may or may not be depleted. And I just think that, without getting too much into the weeds, I just think that, that's just not something that I honestly would recommend.
Right. My mom would get pissed if she seen somebody just say they just came in right now and they're doing an interview with us and they're drinking Gatorade. She would be like, throw it away. Like you don't need that. You haven't exerted anything to be drinking that.
Right. And that's the thing, a lot of athletes, and I think because they advertise it as like football,
Yes.
So a lot of people drink it, and it's okay when you're in the sport, you're out, you're at a football game, basketball game, and you're like in it, sweating and all that stuff. Because my boys have played sports since they were little.
Mhm.
And so I don't like for them to drink Gatorade outside of it. Now we do
Yes.
buy the case or like some other kind of electrolyte drink just
Mhm.
because, and I say this is for when you are
Right.
Mhm.
But I do find that they will drink it outside or after, which I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
But we also make sure that they are well hydrated with water.
Water.
And actually, my son, he plays basketball, plays AAU, and he'll say, "Hey, can I get a drip before my games?"
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell a big difference in his performance.
Performance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's a huge. I mean, it's
Mhm.
visible. You can see
Mhm.
that. But the problem with Gatorade too, even outside of that, is like I said, it's that fluid shift. So
It's that-
you're
it is.
trying to maintain these electrolytes because you're
Yes.
sweating out there profusely,
Mhm.
and so you want to try to maintain that. But also, when you're taking it outside of that, you're getting that fluid shift. That's not a great fluid shift, and people don't quite understand that.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you're putting more sodium, potassium in your system, which
Mhm.
can cause a lot of issues with your
Mm.
muscles, your heart.
Mhm.
Especially, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, without getting too technical,
Right.
you know, that,
Yeah.
yeah, the sodium, potassium,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
calcium, magnesium,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
those are all ions, electrolytes
Mhm.
that are for heart function and muscle function,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
especially your heart function.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so that potassium channel,
Uh-huh.
calcium pump,
Yeah.
is essential.
Mhm.
You know, to a nice, regular, steady heart rate.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because when they're out of whack,
And you see athletes
Ooh.
passing out on the courts and
Yes.
fields and things like that.
Yes.
Because, it could be that imbalance that we
could
just,
be
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
underlying, issues without
Cardiac
getting
issues,
too
yeah,
much.
without getting too
Mhm.
technical
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you really just do have to be cautious.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Because
then-
in general, teens, 20s, y'all should not be passing out,
Right.
from heart problems
Mm-mm.
normally.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
Normally, that's not, that's not
Right.
going to be your
Especially when you're
state.
healthy, yeah.
Mhm.
Should be
Mhm.
healthy, yeah.
Mhm.
So then, speaking of health, then we can get into the Ozempic conversation,
Yes.
and then also talk about how using the IV hydration and also using CBD
Oh, yeah.
can assist with weight loss, being natural forms versus the medication. So, if y'all would like to expound on the Ozempic, what it is for those who
Mhm.
don't. I mean, I know everybody knows, but
Yeah.
y'all don't know
Really
like
don't
they
know
know.
what it was.
Yeah,
Right.
y'all don't know like they
Yeah.
know.
I don't give a damn. Give it to me. I'm
And
so,
So Ozempic. So when we talk about weight loss, so there are, one thing that we have to think about and understand is that obesity is obesity, right?
Mhm.
It can be a disease, just like, and it's that stigma that we have to try to get past because it's not just I'm sitting here and I'm stagnant. I don't do anything.
right.
Mhm.
I, for myself, last year I had surgery. I had a total hysterectomy. I
Mhm.
gained weight after.
Mhm.
I don't eat horrible.
Mhm.
For lunch, I would eat a salad. For dinner, I would eat, protein, maybe a little bit of a carb or something, but
Mhm.
not horrible.
Mhm.
And I could never lose weight.
Mhm.
And so when we think about obesity, we have to start thinking that it's a disease.
Mhm.
And you look at your genetic side,
Mhm.
so it has a lot to do with a lot. And it's not always people just sitting here and not doing nothing
Yeah.
and they're
And
eating
just
terrible.
eating Bojangles.
There are some
Yeah.
people that do.
Mhm.
And so I have learned, I've tried like multiple things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Atkins, intermittent fasting. I've tried phentermine, the low carb diet. I've tried high protein, low carb. And so I've figured out what works
Mhm.
for me. And then just dieting alone, I was able to get to a certain point, but I couldn't get past that certain hump.
Mhm.
And so when I started offering my weight loss program, of course, I offer semaglutide and tirzepatide, which are the active ingredient for Mounjaro or Wegovy. And so when we talk about those, so you have Ozempic and Wegovy, pretty much the same product. Yeah.
Pretty much same thing.
One is for weight loss and one is for diabetes.
Mhm.
And so it has such a great effect for in weight loss for patients with diabetes that FDA approved it for weight loss.
Mhm.
And studies now have shown that it has such a great effect on reducing your cardiovascular risk. So if you're losing that weight, you're reducing your risk for heart attack, stroke, and all those other health diseases, lowering your blood pressure.
Mhm.
So it has so many great effects. And so I try to educate my clients on, and it's a big picture. It's not just take this medicine, lose weight. It's some other things that you got to do with it too.
Right.
To maintain once you come off of these medications. And that's that conversation of eating right, moving right. And I always tell people losing weight is stressful.
Oh God, yes.
It is stressful.
It
You
is.
get tired. And so tackling small goals at a time. So, all right, let's just start here. Work on this for a little while. And then let's start on making sure you're drinking lots of water. For me, I drink water a lot. And I make like a Sprite or one of those ice drinks, like a flavored drink as my, this is my thing for the day. And I probably honestly only drink that much because I just don't have the taste for it anymore.
Yeah. I don't do sodas. So.
Yeah. And so I encourage them like tackle small goals, because if you're reducing that stress level on top of that, because stress will cause you to gain some weight, then you're a little bit more effective in your weight loss. A big piece of that too is the mental part of it. And so it's a big picture. It's the mental, things that we're doing, just little things like that. And so I do encourage it like a multi-modality treatment in addition to, yes, let's do these weekly injections to get you where your goal is. For me, I've done them. And like, again,
you have? Okay.
I have, because I won't offer you anything that I'm not willing to do for myself. And so for me, this medication, taking these weight loss shots, has been the ultimate for me. When I say I feel physically, I feel so much better. I have not been able to get to this way. I have not seen this weight probably since my oldest son will be 21 this next month. And that's probably been over about 20 years since I've been able to be this size and feel good, like physically. The mental clarity, I'm not tired like I used to be. My skin is cleared up. So it's a lot of benefit to that. And so, and I want to be able to help others, especially in our community, because, obesity shouldn't be shameful. We all struggle with something. And so, and I've struggled with that, and I'm not afraid to share my story. I put a story out there on Facebook, on my Instagram too, about my journey with weight loss. And when I say it really works, but there are people that are skeptical, and that's okay, because it's okay. Right. But it's all about education, and it's all about, helping people get to the point where they're feeling good, they're healthier.
Yes.
And if you have to have a little something to help you get there, let's do that.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing about the little something, because we've often talked about the fact that there needs to be a wellness, total healthcare journey that you're on.
Right.
And that's what we both talk about. So the CBD aspect of that, we've talked ad nauseum about it, but it's just a piece of that wellness. When we talk about, we always talk about the fact that you begin to have that clarity of thought. You begin to have an increase in energy. And it's honestly, it's just part of the piece of helping you create a balance.
Right.
Because when you have balance, whether physically a balance, then it helps. We talk about the decrease in stress and anxiety, which is for a lot of people, some of the, two of the biggest aspects as to why they are gaining weight. Because if you can't decrease the stress and anxiety in your life and make it manageable,
Right.
then you're not going to be able to focus on a healthcare journey.
I have a question to that, as far as the body and CBD is one of the ones that just trying to learn more about your product so I can help sell it. But I had a question and I didn't find any studies about specifically, and I know you studied this inside and out. So does CBD affect metabolism in any way?
It helps increase metabolism.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, so to answer your question, yes. Y'all know I could talk for years about it. But yes, that's a simple answer.
Okay.
Yes, it absolutely does.
And for those in weight loss, could you expound on how the metabolism works as far as burning, what you need to burn, like getting that metabolism moving?
Yeah.
Because that was one thing that, our mom stressed as a personal trainer. You got to get your metabolism up. You got to
do.
burn what goes in.
That's right.
If you're not burning it, then it just sits. So
Absolutely.
if you can expound on those who don't know,
Mhm.
this is y'all time to give all that education that y'all got. Drop it.
Yeah. Well, it's so much.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's very rare that I'm speechless. But when you talk about how does it affect the metabolism? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It helps with that metabolism.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I always have to preface that with it is in a combination. We're talking about what we call homeostasis
Mhm.
in your body. Your body, I would say, the endocannabinoid system. That's what it's trying to do. It spends its time trying to get you at a homeostasis so that you can function, so that you can do all the stuff that you need to do. So it absolutely, this is just a way to help your body help itself,
Gotcha.
to heal itself. Because naturally, you don't want to carry all this weight. And let's be honest, I'm going to be honest with you. People who are obese, they burn a lot of calories because it takes a lot of calories to maintain that weight. It really does.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. They just don't have the energy and for some people, it's education, it's the skill set, but they just don't have that.
Right.
Then they need those skills.
So then is there would they need to talk to a doctor in reference to how much they should ingest as far as CBD, and then also can CBD be in the IV treatment?
That was going to be my question.
Well, CBD, it can be ingestible. There's work with that, but the thing with an IV, and of course you know this, is that CBD works better topical. It works not IV. Because you don't want you don't want that competing with all of the vitamins and the minerals and electrolytes that you need intravascular.
Gotcha.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But what you can do is, while you're having your IV therapy, you can have a nice little drink with some CBD in it. We've talked about that. You can do an overall wellness. You can add in the salve, the lotion, because we're all trying to heal those cells, because that's what it's about.
Yes.
And as you know, topical is like, you're decreasing the inflammation. You're addressing those cells, those pain receptors, all of which have to do with your health and your metabolism. Because as we were saying, it's about cell health.
Right.
It's about your health, and it's about not looking at your health monolithic.
Right.
Not
Right.
one thing.
Right.
Not one thing. So CBD helps in that modality, the multiple modalities that we're talking about. It's in collaboration. It's in making it all happen for you.
Gotcha. And so one thing that you tell us based upon your products is what takes certain amount of time, as far as like if you ingest, you got 30 minutes, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's true.
So with the IV treatment, how quickly do I feel that when I get the IV inside, and how quickly do I start to feel
the
better?
benefit. Yeah. So for some people, I have had people say halfway through, like, I felt something. Some people it take a few hours. Some people I got to go home, take a nap, because now I'm feeling like tired, sleepy, because your body is just like flushing those toxins, and that's really all it is. And then the next day, like, feel so amazing. So I always tell people it really just varies on, everybody is different. And it just really depends on how your body absorbs, because some that really have, really got a lot of toxins, go through a lot of stress, a lot of things, so it might take a little bit for them. They might need to go home. They might are the ones that go home and they might feel like they have a little bit of a headache because they are just like getting flushed with those toxins getting out of their system. And then the next day they feel like amazing. And then again, some in the middle of getting the drip, it's like, I could feel something. And I've had people come, one lady come from, I think Wilson area. She was referred by a good friend. She came and you can definitely, when she walked in, she looked tired, looked broke down. When she left out, you can see a pep in her step. And so it just really, really honestly depends on how your body absorbs the IV vitamins.
How do you handle people who are fearful of needles? I'm
That's
sorry.
my question.
Yeah. How do you handle?
Is that personal?
No, not for me. For Kim.
Yeah, because
I can
had
do
a
it.
horrible
I'm
horrible
tattooed and
experience with my
everything.
wisdom teeth, where they just kept digging and digging and digging and digging, and from that point on, my mind immediately goes back to that point where I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, so I do have. So some people they won't come
Right.
for that. So I do like shots for them, you know. And I'm usually pretty. I always say I'm gentle.
Oh, that's right. You seem gentle.
I am. I try to be, and I do. So, and it's a lot of pressure, you know, having to find an IV in place. That is the hardest part.
But it's a skill set.
It is really,
It's a
really
skill
it is.
set.
And so because we're nurses, you know, like we should know this, right? No, we still miss sometimes. And so for me, it's about finding, you know, so when you come in, I sit you down, talk to you, especially if it's your first time, talk about, you know, what you can experience, what you can look for and all those things. And so I asked, hey, where's a great place for an IV that you know, got in place before? And so I look very well and I don't stick until I'm comfortable.
I know that's right.
And so, and I always say, I try to be as gentle as possible. And most people, I actually, 99.9% of my clients will be like, oh, that was great. You know, but I have had people that come and just have had horrible experiences and almost to the point where I'm like ready to vomit. And I'm like, one, I don't do vomit. Or, you know, and I don't want you to be here passing out. So let's not do that. And let's, you know, figure out like, hey, let's just do a shot then, you know. So there's an alternative for that. But I try to make sure, like I have recliners and I have jazz. Usually I'm playing jazz in there. So, you know, just to kind of keep your mind off of it. And so I really look for a great placement. And even I use a little vein light sometimes if I need to. So I wanted to make it a great experience, a more comfortable experience for my clients. And, you know, I have a max of number of sticks.
I know that's
do.
right. Mine is
Well,
2.
I do, yeah.
You get 2 and that's
Right.
it.
Well,
And then the needle size too. So you have to know where
Yes.
you're going and using an appropriate size. And that makes it a little bit more comfortable.
it does.
Yeah. And sometimes that takes, you know, smaller needle takes a lot longer for a drip, but it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. And I have to concur with that because usually I'm called after you've had 5, 6, 7
My
sticks,
girl.
anesthesia.
My girl.
You know, it's what we do. Part of what we
right.
do. Yeah. So, you know, by the time I see people, normally their anxiety and up here. And it is, you know, it's having the conversations and I have to admit, I've done it for a very long time. So needle, you know, starting an IV is, yes. I mean, sometimes, you know, I have difficulty with, but I mean, I do it so much. It's a skill set.
Right.
You probably do it blind.
Yeah. I mean, I do it a lot. But yeah, I do. I think it's for me, I know that by the time I see people, like I said, they're pretty anxious.
And most of the time it's your energy. That's
And
the
it
one thing I
is.
will say.
Like I said,
because
you have to bring it. For me, I have to read the room.
Yes, yes. And I think anyone, like you said, when they're called in, because that happened when I had my surgery, there was a young girl and she was like, I'm pretty good. I don't do pretty good. I need well, you know? So she was like, okay, I'm going to pass this on to, you know, where they said she's like the guru. Like whenever they have someone who has any sort of anxiety, she comes in. As soon as she walked in the room, it was just like, oh, okay, I trust you, you know? And she's just steady talking to me. And she's like, you know, I'm just going to take some blood. Before I knew it, it was like a little pinch. And she was like, okay, we're in. I'm like, girl, what?
Yeah.
You know, but it was just, you know, you're not creating more of that anxiety feeling of
Absolutely.
just like, you know, oh, I'm typically good at this. Now, girl, we're not off to a good start here because I don't like typically good.
Well, yeah. Because I think we both see people who are in a dehydrated state.
Right.
you know,
And that makes it even worse
It
when
does.
you're dehydrated.
because we
you know?
ask you to be dehydrated,
Mhm.
and you know, and you see, Jazz, when you're already dehydrated, right?
Mhm.
So neither state is wonderful for your veins.
Mhm.
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 So
Okay.
know that going in. Bless your heart.
I will drink my water. I'll be like, it's this arm.
Well,
you cannot miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have had people say, listen, you get so many tries. And that's
Yeah.
like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, and you do things. I mean, I don't know. For me, like, you know, I'll do the I do
Mhm.
warm hot compress, you know, and I'll
Mhm.
let your arm
Mhm.
hang down a little bit, you know,
Mhm.
before I put a turn it on to make that, you know. So there's tricks.
Mhm.
And even like cancer patients, they are,
Oh, they
you
are
know, their
typical
veins are
stuff.
generally
Mhm.
shot,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
from chemo and stuff. So it's
Yes.
really hard
Mhm.
for
It
them.
is.
And they know coming in,
Mhm.
you know, but I've also had, you know, people that come and they're just like, I know I'm a heart sick, but keep,
Right.
you know, keep going. Like,
Wow.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just need this fluids. And
See,
then,
that's me. You can stick me as many times as you need.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but I know I
I
can
can
know
see
when
it.
I feel it. It's right here,
Yeah,
and I
we
tell
see it
people
right
it's
now.
right there. You can see
Yeah,
it.
you
I mean,
but-
you can see it now.
yeah, you can see
I
it.
know,
But
my God,
if you
yeah.
miss,
And you know, and a lot of times you
Mhm.
have to go by
Look at that.
feel because you know not
Oh.
everybody's veins pop out.
Yummy.
Oh God!
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
18
Yes. Huh, 16. That brings me back to my trauma days. And I was a trauma nurse. Are you kidding me?
Yummy.
Yummy.
You know, and it takes a skill, you know, to know exactly because you can't always go by what you see.
Mhm.
You have to feel that, and
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good
You
one
got a
or not.
valve, yeah. Well, you got a valve there and
Yeah.
one there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but yeah, you can float that right on through. This one. Oh, y'all, we are off topic. Okay.
But usually I'm like, go ahead, do what you
Yeah,
gotta do.
those are
But
good
usually
ones.
they go right
Yeah,
here.
you can see that.
Yeah.
sticking
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I was gonna say, you
This
can see all
hand and this arm, because typically this vein right
Uh-huh.
here,
Yeah.
she works for me every single time.
Okay.
Now, if you miss that one, I got to question you. What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know, well, so I don't have. So obviously, I work by myself, and
Mhm.
you know, I operate my business by myself. But when I have to do my own, because I'm like, oh, at some point, I need.
Mhm.
But I won't do it. My husband usually is there with me and helping. So
Mhm.
so I've learned to stick myself. So my
Mm.
veins don't pop out like that. What my hands does. And so I've learned to,
Mhm.
give myself
Mhm.
an IV, and he will come and hook it up. So he
Mhm.
knows,
Okay.
like he knows how to do that. He only does it on me. I don't let him do it on
Mhm.
me.
So I have a question, and maybe it's me, and y'all can help me. The bags and the drips that you're talking about.
Yeah.
How do you get them? Like, so how do you? Well, don't
How
tell
do you
you.
put
Don't
the-
tell your resources as
Right.
far as your plugs.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you get the combination of what is inside of it? Do you tell somebody like, look, this is what we need, or it's just already set up
No,
and
so
done?
it just comes with the regular fluids like you get like you see at the hospital.
Mhm.
And so I get my vitamins from a pharmacy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
For
Cool.
from an FDA approved
Well, yeah.
pharmacy.
Because remember, Mom said that they would have to do a special cocktail for her chemo, and it would come from a pharmacy.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that
Mhm.
is right.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, so how does this mixture come together as far as putting it all
Yeah,
in?
so I
and-
get it from a pharmacy.
Okay.
And most of them are all pre-mixed in
Okay.
in a vial.
Gotcha.
And so some you gotta, take your vitamin C, vitamin B. So
Mhm.
that's how I do it.
Dope. That's
So
dope.
then, for anyone interested,
Yeah.
because for the healing consultant, you can always go to thehealingconsultant.com to
thehealingconsultant.com.
purchase
Yes.
your roll on
Yes.
and your
topical.
yes, all your topicals,
edibles, and
yes.
then yes.
So then, for
ingestible
you,
needs.
if someone was interested, how would they sign? Do you work with insurances, or is it just straight out of
Yeah,
pocket?
that was one of my questions too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's all cash pay because generally insurance doesn't cover
Right.
health and
'Cause they're
wellness.
terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's all cash pay. I do accept HSA or FSA
Mhm.
as long as the stipulations will say, alternative. But then I've, had to send letters too if we need to do that.
Mhm.
And so for people that want to come and schedule, or even they can do a consultation, they just go on my website, www.embodihydration.com. And that's EMBODI hydration.com. And you can follow me on Instagram too, Embody Hydration, and
Cool.
Facebook at Embody Hydration and Wellness.
Cool.
Do you need a spokesperson? Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. If you need a pretty,
Yeah, I want to try
face.
it because
Absolutely.
so I
Talking about me, nigga.
Oh no, I want to try it too.
I don't.
Once again,
You're not reading the room there, Coach.
because you know why? Here's what happens. Here's what happens with
Okay,
Kim.
that
Now here's
black
what
and white
happens.
thing
Here's what
going on here.
happens. Yeah, it's about to get black and white.
Yeah,
Because we
reading
had
the
somebody
room,
come
baby.
in here one time and they gave her a candle. This is TDS. T stands for two dope siblings.
Yeah.
So then what'll happen is she'll be like, yeah, because girl, I need, and then it'll go girl, 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 girl.
And forget all
And then
about
my dehydrated ass is over here.
Well, we talked about your leg, the lotion.
I made sure I lotioned before I came in here with you.
Look at
Because I
that.
knew
Look at
it.
that.
I knew it.
You are looking
I
fabulous.
appreciate
That's
you.
skin. Look at that. Look at that. What we call turgor. Look at that.
I told you.
Nice and plump.
Yeah, it'll go girl, 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 clack, clack, clack. I'ma see you. That my ass stays dry.
Yeah.
So I had to interject.
Look at it.
You said fight.
Yeah, I had to fight and say TD. We or will speak TDS. Two. That's two. So, but yeah, I made sure I knew you was coming, so I made sure I hydrated.
You know I'm gonna
and
look
I
at
did it.
them
Both of them.
those ass knees and
No, look,
legs
they
and
are
stuff.
nice and
Yes, they
every-
are.
Thank
Yes,
you.
they are. Yes, they are.
I've been
Thank
working
you.
on it.
I appreciate that in you.
But you know what,
Thank
Miss
you.
Verna was our first person to actually come in and think about you as well. Because the one
Yes.
time when it was just me and her, she was like, make sure your brother gets his stuff. So she
Yes.
did. She was the first person to think about you. But typically,
Absolutely.
when people come in, they be like, so anyway, girl, here you go.
And I'm over here like
Because I live with a house of men.
Right.
So
I'm over here like
you know,
like, did I
you know
get
we ain't
something?
left you out. Same thing. You know better. You know we
But
left
you know,
out.
to talk about men
What you
too,
talking about?
like so a lot of women will do this.
Mhm.
I have some men too, but this is really great for men.
Yes.
So men out there, don't be shamed.
And so
Yeah.
to
Come see
speak
me.
to this, guys who have anybody who has watched my podcast when I was doing this before, there was a place called iCryo that I highly endorsed.
Yes, yes,
And they did IV treatments. And y'all went there and y'all took y'all sons there.
Mhm.
Switch.
Yes.
And then when y'all need
Really?
stuff, when y'all stop buying them icy hot, switch.
Right.
Please.
So
please.
we gonna talk about that
Yes.
with the sports
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in a minute
It
because
just numbs. That
just
doesn't,
I need you guys to switch what you've been doing because I
Yes.
did endorse iCryo. So literally
Mhm.
any athlete that I had was going there for their cryotherapy.
Yeah.
But then they would upsell them, and next thing you know, they got IV in their
Yeah.
arm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Switch.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll talk about that though.
Yes.
Yes. And then stop buying icy hot. Because
Yes.
I know y'all do
Right.
it. I know y'all
Yes.
do it.
Stop it.
That and Voltaren
Yeah,
and
it's a temporary,
BioFreeze.
yes.
Mhm.
That's numbing. That's not
Mhm.
taking care.
Right.
That's not taking care
Mhm.
of the pain receptors
Mhm.
up under that little skin
Mhm.
layer
Mhm.
that we numb.
Mhm.
I'm an anesthesia provider. I know all about numbing and taking
No, that's
away
right.
pain.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that's right.
Let's be real here.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
But let me tell you something real quick, y'all, before we wrap up. This woman right here, so she has a oil that you make sure you keep it locked here because we're going to do an official announcement about it.
Yes.
But she has a hemp oil.
Dude.
Now we had an event. I was on my feet. I was tired. It was hot.
Yeah.
Very, very hot. So I'm sweating. So I went home. I got my water to make
Mhm.
sure I hydrate because I don't
Mhm.
play dark pee. I don't do that around here.
No, don't do that.
Hydrated. I went and I got my Dr. Bronner's peppermint and I exfoliated. When I got out, I rubbed myself down with that oil. Miss B, I haven't slept so well since that night.
Thank
It
you.
put me in a very good place.
Which is what it's
Good
supposed
place.
to do.
Yes.
I'm facilitating healing, people.
Yes.
It's all about the healing.
And then my skin was nice and soft when I
Thank
woke up.
you.
I said, wait a minute.
The oil, there's like five different oils.
And I felt every single last one of them.
Thank you.
Girl,
I have to try it. I haven't even tried it yet.
it was
Yeah,
amazing.
It's yummy.
It's
I love the lotion, but I need to try the oil.
And then like
It's-
but with the now I'm not going to keep sponsoring Dr. Bronner's because they ain't
Oh,
giving us no money.
yeah.
But with the lotion, the peppermint, it opened things up and I
Mhm.
exfoliated, but then it seemed like the oil just made everything just open and I felt so
it
light
is.
and I felt good and all the aches from the day were just like gone and my body just felt like okay, girl,
It
it's time to
needed
go to
that.
sleep.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking hydration,
Yes.
but on a different, but differently.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you probably lost some pounds because
Yes.
you reduced your stress level,
Yes.
anxiety. You've had a good night's sleep.
Listen,
You had a
good girl.
one.
I woke up,
we
mouth
don't
was
get
open.
that. Right.
Yes. You know, and sit.
Right.
You know,
Mouth
slobber.
and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
I woke up like, well, damn it, that was a good sleep.
That was good.
And we
Yes.
need that. I mean,
Yes.
I need a
Everybody
bottle
does.
to take home
Listen,
tonight.
Everybody does.
And
You
you know
do,
what? I'm
right.
sorry because you didn't get the bottle oil, did you?
He hadn't tried yet.
You see, I'm over here.
Well,
Brother,
but he
we're
had
gonna hook you
lotion.
up. We're gonna hook you up.
We- you had the lotion.
But it's okay because she hooks me up with other things.
I
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I enjoy every bit of those.
So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that because, like I said, the hemp oil is
Mhm.
coming, and I promise you, it's something that you do not
Mm.
want to miss out on. I use it every single day, and I'm using it in my hair. So
Yes.
I'm doing a 30-day
Oh, yeah.
trial.
It's-
Okay.
yeah,
You know,
it's
so I'll
phenomenal
let you
for
know.
your-
Yes, and then you can feel the tingle in your hair
Skin.
too. Oh my gosh,
Because it has that tea tree in it.
yeah, I love tea tree.
Yes.
Ooh, I love tea
It
tree.
has tea tree
So-
and lavender. And,
Make sure
See what happens?
the girls.
Sorry, but
It-
yes.
This is gone now. So
It
now
is
I'm just sitting
No,
here
it is
like.
not. Do
your
not.
hair.
Do not.
Well, the
In your
thing
beard?
is,
Put it on your beard.
I'll-
Yes. You put
No,
on that
I
little
will
scalp.
definitely put it on my beard.
Yes.
Because I love a good
Ooh,
smelling.
the sheen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm.
But it's just a joke because then I just fade to black. Women, it just turns into.
I know. I think we've done.
I just go
yeah,
in the darkness over here like this.
Fuck him. So anyway,
yeah, yeah. But you know what weight loss, and it all
Yeah.
And feeling better.
Yes.
I mean, we need to get to optimal health. And
yes.
so a combination of the hydration and the CBD, definitely.
Mhm.
And this is all natural, holistic
Yes,
ways to do that.
absolutely. We're not putting chemicals
Right.
in our bodies.
No,
That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're about.
And
Exactly.
here's what I'm gonna tell y'all. Just on that topic, between the gummies, the drops, therapy, and everything else,
Mhm.
I have since November I've lost 33 pounds.
Wonderful.
So everything that you guys were saying, I'm a testament to that. Like, get your mind right,
Mhm.
get some balance to
Mhm.
you, because life is
Hydrate.
going to keep lifing.
Yes.
Right.
Get your exercise. I do 2 miles a day,
Mhm.
and drink your
Hydrate,
water.
yeah.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take your ass to sleep, because I had really bad insomnia for a time. Now that's gone,
Mhm.
and you will start to see a change in your body naturally, and your body will crave things like, I didn't walk today. My body is telling me, hey man, you ain't walked today. I missed that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So listen to your body and use these holistic avenues that we have given here on TDS, and we are giving you not only just holistic avenues, they're Black entrepreneurs. So
Yes.
let's support
Yes,
that
please.
as well,
'Cause
because
if I read about one more Black business that is closing in Durham, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Right.
So please
you're
support.
right. Please support
Yes.
Black businesses,
Yes.
because
please.
everybody has worked hard in being able to provide a service for you.
Mhm.
Right.
There's a lot of study. There's a QR code on everything that
Oh,
Auntie V
yes.
puts out. And to be able to inject anybody with anything, Lord knows you have to be able to study. You can, this ain't no backyard heroin clinic. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to stick anybody with anything,
Right.
the research had to be done.
Yeah.
So let's patronize our Black businesses. And also for those who are in our mental health, we have 2 therapists. I do not know Leanna's last name.
I know I don't need that for
So I just call her Doc,
Yeah.
Dr. Leanna, and then
Mhm.
also James as well. So you
Mhm.
got 2 therapists, you got IV hydration,
Mhm.
you know the healing consultant is right here. Let's get,
You got
like you said,
2
let's get
advanced practice
Yes.
nurses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
over
this
what,
some
30 years?
education over here.
Yeah.
So take advantage. Like there's no reason for us to
It is.
be
This is some education
A
over
lot
here.
of knowledge.
A lot of
And
knowledge.
experience.
no reason to be
Mm.
ashy.
There's no reason to be ashy.
physically, mentally, and
Right.
internally.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
Spiritually.
Well, you know,
Don't
an
be-
IV hydration helps with skin health. So it helps to
Absolutely.
hydrate yourself,
Yeah.
which helps to
Yes.
Clear that
We're
ashiness.
talking we're talking hydration
skin,
inside and outside.
And outside.
Exactly. Yep.
And that way people aren't spending thousands and hundreds on those chemical pills that is just like, Lord
You
Jesus
know,
Christ,
all
I know
these,
Helen.
you know, fats and things that just work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Holistic.
Dr. Jans, how was your time on TDS Radio?
This was wonderful.
See?
Thank you.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
No, not at all.
Like you talking to
Not
your
at all.
cousins,
That's
right?
it. That's it. Mhm. That's
Would
all.
you come back?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Look at God. Look at
Thank
God. So let everyone know how they can follow you, how they can get in touch with you, and hopefully sign up and learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram at Embody Hydration. Again, it's spelled EMB as in boy, OD as in David, hydration.com is my website. Facebook, it is Embody Hydration and Wellness. And if you want to send me an email, you can actually go through my website, but it's info@embodyhydration.com. I am located here in Durham, and it is appointment only. So, but if you have questions, my number is 919-390-2349.
Boom.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, well, okay. We all know who I am,
Mhm.
the healing consultant. You can find me at thehealingconsultant.com. You can find me at V Spencer at the Healing Consultant.
There we go.
Of course, we know about Facebook and Instagram, the Healing CBD. Yes, and the Healing Consultant.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Hit
that's
me
it.
up.
That's it.
Mhm.
A nice, refreshing show of
Yes.
education.
Yes.
And tomorrow, Obi will be here tomorrow with
yes,
us.
Obi should be here, and then you can continue your rant
about which rant?
about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
all
Tyler
the
Perry.
things.
That's a lot.
His ass, Tyler Perry. But with that being said, make sure, like I said, I've been saying ever since it came up, it's time to register to vote. For those who haven't registered to vote, exercise your right. People have died for it. Tomorrow we will be back again, and God willing, we'll be in this space making you laugh. It's TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Peace.
Bye.